Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spirit and Salt, episode number 32. Neil will be with us as soon as he can. Let's do a little recap before we start. Last time on Spirit and Salt, episode number 31, because that's how numbers work. You guys were in Cherry Falls, having finished your business there, kind of having one last night of relaxation before leaving for Anuvilar, having made travel arrangements for the twins to be shipped off to who knows where at the hands of Patches and his smuggling gang. For Nessa to stay behind in Cherry Falls and start laying the groundwork for the Union, and for Raul Nikosi to make his way to Nidus to meet you there eventually. And the rest of you got on a boat called the Seabird, a little shore trawler shipping boat captained by one Gil Nevitt to take you to Anuvilar by way of Greycliff, specifically because a Robin, a death priest, asked for passage to Greycliff, which is on the way to Anuvilar, and Gil would not turn down aiding a Robin, which would of course be bad luck. So with all those arrangements made, you guys departed Cherry Falls on the Seabird, and basically spent most of the session just kind of chilling, getting to know the crew a little bit, having some conversations, most notably perhaps of which was Morisco, who recognized Gil from the crew of the Annabelle, the fishing vessel that picked him up at sea when he was found at sea with no memories, adrift. Morisco talked with Gil for a while about what happened, and Gil revealed the truth, which was that he was not found at sea. He was picked up from Draketide, unconscious, sleeping, seemingly having somehow had all of his memories erased. They were essentially told to do this ruse, to say that they had found him at sea, to pretend like they would look for his family, and then ultimately to drop him off at Princess Altera, the next port of call for the Annabelle, this vessel that was actually a smuggling vessel, perhaps in the employ of Santi Silenziosi themselves, Patch's smuggling gang, though that part was a little bit ambiguous, Gil not really knowing all the details of how this job was arranged or who was responsible for it. So, with all of that sort of revealed from Morisco's background, spent some time talking with the Robin. Ghost specifically had the Robin help out with a bunch of Speak with Dead rituals. Talking to many of the skulls that Ghost has collected along his adventures, specifically the ones from the Isle of Ash. Learned a little bit more information about their sort of culture and the Devorators and all that. Had a couple of meals prepared by Lusa, the ship's chef, and we left off as on the 14th of brightness. You guys were finishing up dinner, preparing to kind of settle in for sleep. Of note, Ghost had cast a divination spell, asking what misfortunes might befall you because of traveling with a Robin, the result of which was learning that the Robin was transporting a soul, keeping it locked in the material plane and not releasing it into the afterlife, and that likely at the next prime zenith, which you guys know to be dawn tomorrow, so sometime overnight tonight, the Shadarkai, these sort of agents of the plane of Mord that come to ferry the dead souls off to the afterlife, would be coming for this soul, and that might lead to some kind of misfortune. So with that knowledge in tow, I don't think Ghost has mentioned that to anybody else yet. But with that knowledge in tow, you guys finished up dinner and we're about to settle in for the evening. We'll jump in right there. Before we do, inspirations. One goes to Cadence for your conversation with the Robin, particularly your soliloquy about there being no dignity in death. The other is for Morisco when he gets here, so someone remind me to give it to him when he gets here, for keeping up his trend of being slutty for the most attractive NPC on every travel arc. True. And with that, we'll jump right back in. You guys finish up some dinner. Lusa has prepared, this time just kind of a meal for everybody, one sort of a meal for everybody to share, kind of family style. And the evening starts to wane, the sun sets, dark starts to come. Is anybody doing anything before settling in for bed this night? Go ahead, Caden.
No big deal, but I'm going to stay on the deck and I'm going to practice just viola at the bow.
Okay, great. Like overnight or just for now?
Just for not long enough to get exhaustion, but I'll stay up for a bit.
Stay up late, sure, yeah. You go up to the deck where kind of Henry is taking over the helm for Gil. So they're kind of doing a little debrief to swap out positions. Bird, after dinner, kind of returns to the engine room. Clothboater is in there as well, just kind of checking out the engine, maintaining things. Lucius starts cleaning up the kitchen. I know Boss sleeps above deck. I imagine Ghost probably is up there with him, at least for the moment. He's been staying up there with him, which was last night. Imagine Marisco kind of heads to bed at some point. Bones, Marvel, you guys up to anything particular before bed?
Nothing crazy, except I think I have been working the night shift, so I probably am up a little bit later just doing the
stay up
engine room.
and help Henry out before going to bed.
Yep.
How about you, Marvel?
I want to talk to Bones.
Okay, great. You guys can have a conversation above deck.
Yeah, I'll go and find him. Probably we're also trying to helm this ship as much as possible.
Yeah.
Hey, Bones, can I... I'm going to move away from Cadence.
Sure, yeah, have a kind of more private
Sure.
conversation at some point.
Hey, Bones, when we land, can I borrow your gramophone?
Yes, of course, you made it for me.
No, I just made the needle.
That is true. That is fair. But yes, you can borrow it. What for?
I was good for a date.
Oh, that's fun.
Is it okay if I attach something?
Sure.
Okay.
What are you attaching?
I'll message it to you. It's going to be a surprise for later.
Ah, I understand. Okay. But yes, by all means.
You doing well?
I'm doing well. Yes, I am doing well. I'm worried about my family, especially with Patches going off and offering protection for a lot of your family. It has made me realize how very far I am from mine and how dangerous that may be. Vanguard has many fingers in that pie. They have tried to kill me 3 times in the past week or whatever it has been. 2 or 3 times, I don't know. The point of all of this is that they're willing to extort you by threatening your family. There's no reason they will not do the same to me, and I am much less well positioned to defend them. And I hope that my messages have reached them in time, but that's all that I can do for now.
Right. You might be able to ask Cadence to use her viola, maybe? It can cast sending.
Would it allow her...
You?
I would use it. I understand.
But I don't want to offer. It's not mine.
Well, if I were to ask her, the only way that I would have come to learn about this is through you, so I might ask her.
I could probably ask her right now.
It's not a big deal. It can wait. It would put my mind at ease.
I mean, tomorrow a prime zenith, so
Yes.
it would recharge.
I'd appreciate that.
And I'll just telepathically back to Cadence. Hey, Cadence. Have you used the viola today? Like the sending?
No, not the sending.
Were you planning on using it today?
I hadn't planned on it.
Okay.
But,
Bones has been looking for a way to contact his family, and if you're not using it today, I was wondering if maybe he could.
Please take this away from me. And you can make an insight check if you want.
Okay. Inside of 5.
Take it away from her.
Just so the friends at home know what we're talking about, just because this was done kind of off screen. Marvel, you have enchanted Cadence's viola to be able to cast some sending magic. It's got a limited number of charges and stuff, but as it's played, it can sort of send messages to people around the world. So that is what you guys refer to for our friends at home.
Who may I add to this is you said Ghost and Boss are next to me.
I assume so. You guys can say otherwise. I think Boss is above deck where he's been all day, and Ghost has been staying with him. So yeah.
Could I ask for insight checks from both of them as well?
Of course you can. Yes, absolutely.
Piss. Set 10.
25.
Okay, Ghost and Marvel don't notice anything. Boss, you see Cadence practicing, and you see it going, not like great. She's been playing for 2 days, but you see that it's going well. She seems to be unnaturally adept at this, and for whatever reason, on a 25, you see the fact that she is unusually good at this, and it seems to be siphoning some kind of energy off of her, makes her incredibly angry. And she wants the viola away from her, and she gets to Marvel.
Yeah, you see there's a body language of pushing the viola away from herself to Marvel that is covered up, but you see underneath it a look of like relief that she's glad to have it away from her for a moment. Marvel, you don't clock that.
Oh, of
You
course
just get a viola put into your hands.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course, please.
I'll bring it back whenever he's done.
No rush.
All right. Marvel will make his way back over to Bones. You know how to.
We used it back in the military, I'm sure. Yes.
You do have to play it though, and then you see him like being a bad liar start to smile.
I will see what I can do. Give me a moment. I need to decide who will be awake at this hour. What time of night is it?
Okay, so I think we add 8-ish hours to get to. Well, you've moved a little bit further west, probably 9-ish hours. It's probably like 5 a.m. at home.
Okay, that being the case, I think I'll send to Mom.
Makes sense, yeah.
Here we go. So I'll sit down and I'll start plucking the instrument, even though I know I don't really need to, and I will activate. I'll cast Sending. Mom, this is Magic. You can respond briefly. Are you safe? Did you get my telegram? I hope you're doing well. Respond quickly if you can.
Okay. You pluck at this viola and you can hear, even though you don't quite know how to play this instrument properly, you know you have music lore, I believe.
Yeah.
You at least know your way around the basic melody. And you can hear that even though you're just plucking on it, the notes sort of vibrate and ring out with an unnatural amount of sort of clarity and resonance, the sound extending further than it should. And as you speak, your voice kind of carries with the notes. You just don't even have to speak, but you think the message in your head and you would swear that you hear it out loud even though no one else hears it. And you wait for a moment to feel the last note that you plucked on your viola just kind of continues to ring in your ear for a moment. And then sort of tinny and vibrating before coming into clarity, you hear the voice of your mother, who responds, "It's very good to hear your voice. We are well. Packing our bags for a trip to Nidus. Rook said the radio said we should find your system. We're taking a look."
Okay. Yeah. Bones kind of sets the instrument down, and then he looks back up to Marble and he hands it over to you. They're well. They're okay. They're headed somewhere. They're headed to Nidus. I assume that we'll be going there at some point. Perhaps we'll see them there. But they're moving. They've gotten my messages.
That's good.
Thank you.
Pass the bill back over. Bones, you recall, back in Daybreak City, you sent a message out kind of on blast to anyone who would hear it that said essentially a kind of a warning about Vanguard trying to interfere with your technology and specifically asking people to find your towers and to dismantle and disable them. There's one at Nidus.
Yep.
You know that Rook would know that as well. So you presume that's what Rook's talking about. Taking your family to Nidus to go find one of your towers.
Bless him. Okay. Thank you very much. That puts my mind at ease tremendously. This is good for me. Thank you.
Of course.
Just for our friends at home keeping score, the viola has 3 charges. A normal cast of Sending takes 2 of those charges. So there's 1 left on it right now. It gets 1 back every day. For a single charge, you can do a one-way Sending that just sends, but you don't get a response. And then for 3 charges, you can do kind of an enhanced Sending that your message gets to be a little bit longer, and you can contact somebody even if you've never met them. It could be somebody that you've heard of, somebody whose name you know and you can identify.
Fascinating. Okay.
Marvel, you return the viola to Cadence, I presume.
He got into contact with him.
Good.
You gotta keep playing it? You're sounding pretty good, I think. I'm not really musically inclined.
No, I was sounding good, but I'm done for the night.
That's what I thought. Okay.
You put the viola back into its case. The sun finally dips all the way down below the horizon.
Cadence, why are you done playing for tonight?
I'm just done. I don't need to be a part of this. This is just... I think I'm over it.
Okay, it sounded good.
I appreciate that.
And I kind of give you a little bit of a super little sly wink. And then I just leave it alone. I just turn back.
I look at your sly wink. You go into... Oh, look to Marble. Sorry. Are you going to bed?
Not quite. I was gonna helm for a bit, maybe.
I'm going to stay up for a little bit. I think I'll just kind of plop a seat either here on the deck or...
Sure, wherever you want. Where do you go? Just, it might not matter, but...
I'll stick close to Boss.
Okay.
And I assume Ghost is nearby.
I
but
guess
that
just
doesn't...
hold up like a stool out here.
I would say that doesn't... But yeah, that's fine. Boss and
Very
Ghost
well.
stick near.
Wait, Ghost is just sitting on a stool by me in a hammock?
I believe that's correct, yeah.
Is this correct, Ghost?
Yeah. Actually, I was wondering, do you want to stay up all night?
Would I like to stay up all night?
Yes. Would that make you more comfortable?
Actually, I think this would be very nice, yes. I haven't seen a sunrise on the water in a long time, and it is quite beautiful.
You seem tense.
Yes, you see through me well.
I know you have your secrets, and I don't want to pry, but if it's all the same to you, while you were sleeping, that's the most peaceful you've seen since we got on this boat?
Let me see. You do see through me well. I do not care for... I'm not scared of boats. I don't believe I'm scared of boats, but I definitely am scared of being below deck in a boat at this time. I do believe this is a story for another time, though. I do appreciate this generosity. If you have a way that you could help me stay awake for now, this would be very nice.
Yes, you'll have to take a small nap at some point tonight, but
I could take
should keep you rested otherwise.
I believe I could take a nap right now. I feel quite tired.
Then yeah, I will place a hand on Boss's head, and I'll cast a catnap.
Perfect.
And but real quick before,
Yeah, a magical sleep overcomes you. You're thrust into deep sleep. As Ghost, you put your hands over Boss's head and cast the spell. And I don't know if we ever codified this specifically. I know it came up once before, but in addition to the catnap spell giving you the magical benefits of a zenith, in this setting it will also give you the bodily benefits of a night of sleep. Even though the spell doesn't explicitly say that. Just because it's kind of ambiguous what a, like, quote-unquote long rest is in the rules given our weird rest system. So, Boss, after 10 minutes of deep and powerful sleep, your eyes kind of flutter open and you feel like you must have been asleep for 8 hours. You feel like you had a long, restful night of sleep and you wake up and nothing has changed about the sky above you. Ghost is sitting there with his hands still, or maybe reading a book at this point, waiting for you to wake up or whatever.
I look right at Gus. Was it 10 minutes? Wait, there's no way that was 10 minutes.
Thereabouts.
I feel fantastic. This is incredible.
It's quite a powerful spell.
I look around and then I think I see Cadence. Cadence, what are you doing? Are you unable to sleep?
It's not safe to sleep. For me, at least, for now.
Do you need to stay awake? Because I believe Ghost, without trying to give Ghost magic away, has this incredible ability. I'm sorry, Ghost, if that's too forward.
No, I just assumed you were going to sleep. Are you not?
No, I appreciate the offer. No, I think I just need to get through it.
May I ask what is wrong with your viola?
Nothing. It's perfect. Doesn't even go out of tune anymore.
Yes, but what was this earlier? That desire to no longer have it.
Who's around us right now? Is it just the three
I
of
believe
us?
it's just the three of you.
Okay.
Marble has moved off to be in the helm with Henry. Gil has gone down to bed. Most of the crew is settling in for bed except for like the night shift. Bones is like on deck doing some night shift stuff. But
In engine room, right?
yeah, sure. That's true. You're helping out Bird on the engine room on the night
Specs
shift.
is here. And
Specs is
they're
okay.
a narc.
Well, that was Specs has already narked on me.
Specs famously
So true.
works. Yeah.
And actually, I'll ask
Correct.
real quick. Patches, you do anything after dinner, or you just kind of settle in and get ready for bed?
I just settle in.
Okay, cool.
It's nothing. I
Bullshit, it's nothing.
Are you proud of your dad, boss?
I was. Yes. I think he was a very honorable man. Yes, why do you ask?
I was proud of mine once too. He was good at music. It didn't really matter. It was guitar or a piano or a banjo or a violin. It didn't really matter. He was just good at it. He picked it up and he was good at it.
Then it seems to run in the family.
And it's a part of him that I hate. And I hate that it's in me. And
Well-
now I know it's in me.
Why would you hate this talent?
Because fuck him.
But this talent is not his, this is yours.
No. No, that's not how that works.
This is how this works. You are not him. In no way are you him. Even if you knew him well, even if I don't know, even if you knew him not at all, like I promise you that this talent is yours. You haven't played this before. You weren't taught how to play this. This is something that's you pick up and it makes sense. The things in your brain connect to make these things work with your hands. This is not his, this is yours. And you should be very happy for this.
As you chew on that thought for a moment, your mind is taken back just for a moment to the memory of being outside your little home in Black Brick, sunny day, just kind of watching the street, watching passers-by, various, people in the slum walking around on their various business for the day. And from inside, you hear a laugh. You hear your mother's bright, uplifting laugh, followed by a soft chuckle from your father. And you walk over and just kind of peek into the window and see that your father, Teodoro Amato, is seated on a couch with a guitar, a ratty old worn thing. The fretboard is visibly splintered in spots from how ancient and worn it is. The strings are barely holding on, but he's strumming out a little tune, and your mother is leaning on the wall of the kitchen, having heard him make some joke or some moment that you've missed, just laughing and smiling as he continues to try to pluck a tune that he's learning. And you watch his fingers move with a grace and fluidity that you're not even sure where he learned it. Maybe it's his work and machinery. Maybe it's something he picked up as a child. It's more natural. It's so natural to him that he doesn't seem to be even focused on it. His eyes are kind of locked with your mother's in a smile as she smiles at him, and his fingers just dance of their own accord across the strings of the guitar. And then in a moment, you're back in the Seabird.
Where did you go just now?
She looks for a long minute.
Are you still there?
Oh, I left a long time ago. There's nothing left for me in that memory. Boss, and she looks away again. I owe you, an apology for what I said in the desert. You didn't deserve that.
For what you said. I forgive you.
No.
Yes, I do.
No, I don't want that. I don't want your forgiveness.
I don't care what you want. I'm telling you now, this is the thing. I forgive you. You said something wrong. I will say something wrong again, and as you will. let's just move forward knowing that I allow you to have said this thing wrong, and I still care for you.
All right, well, let's be clear. Never said anything wrong.
Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. I could throw you off this boat right now.
I would love to see you try.
I stand up.
She's very strong
I
right now.
clench my ogre gauntlets together.
Yeah. I stand up and kind of give you a chuckle and sit back down.
You're not sure how it's possible that from all the way down in the cargo hold, Clef Bodermanikin has heard this conversation. He comes running up the stairs so fast, having heard someone threaten to be thrown off the boat. You see he's got the rope in his hand that him and Boss were practicing earlier in case someone falls overboard.
It's okay. I was kidding. I was joking. It was a joke.
He gives you the most straight-faced, dead serious expression you've ever seen Clef Bodermanikin make.
And I give
He
him
frowns, and somehow it's all teeth. All big, flat human teeth on this frown.
all right. This one's funny.
He's something.
This one's funny. Do you want to throw him over the boat? And I look back at him and just smile. Does he change his expression?
He holds a finger up and wags it at you, and heads back down below deck.
The one thing that I do believe that you need to discuss with yourself is the desire to deceive when there was no need to. We did not need to execute the men the way we did, but for some reason I feel that you were called to do so, and I don't need you to talk to me about this. I believe that this is something that you should talk to yourself about. In fact, I encourage it. Don't speak with me. Let's find time later to speak with yourself.
Can Boss and Boss only give me an insight check?
12.
Hard to read.
Inspo.
Inspiration spent.
Dirty 20.
She seems very confused and taken aback, and like none of this makes any sense, and she doesn't want to accept it on the surface level, but on your roll, you think something may have landed.
I'll just nod at her then.
And she stands up and she says, yeah, whatever.
So are you going to go get some rest now?
No, I'm gonna go hit my boyfriend.
Consensually.
Yes, it's consensual.
25?
Yes, it's consensual.
You think back to when you guys were in at the Underdark, and she was interrogating someone, and Marble seemed to be realizing things about himself.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, enjoyed that.
Have fun. If he needs healing after, bring him to me.
Okay, as you begin to make your way back below deck, I think Marvel is still doing his shifts at the helm for now. But
Yeah, just flavor. I don't think I make it all the way down. I probably pause midway down, where there's no one around. I probably stop for a second, and a couple of tears roll down before I collect myself and continue further down.
Yeah. Just wipe your eyes a little bit. Let's make your way back the rest of the below deck, walking through the engine room where Bones and Bird are working in the engine room. Walk down past the Robin in the cargo bay, seated on the coffin. And then into your room to await Marble's return, I presume.
Yep, I'll nod at the Robin, just like a
Yeah.
acknowledgement.
They nod back, but it takes them a second to clock you. Roll me an insight check, I guess. I'm going to say disadvantage.
That's going to be a 14 total.
14? Okay. Yeah, well, like I said, it takes them a minute to clock that you've nodded at them, but they do notice and nod at you. Marvel, go ahead.
Yeah, I know that we're on the open sea, but at some point I assume that there's a tight turn and we have to Tokyo drift this boat.
Absolutely not.
Now, hold on.
That is a crazy
I
assumption
know
to
we're
have.
on the open sea. I assume we have to Tokyo drift this boat.
It's wild to say two opposite things. I don't really.
So
I assume we have to Tokyo drift this boat. Sorry.
It's simply must.
Well, it's my second night. I gotta.
Right.
You know. You gotta.
You do such good work keeping this boat just straight ahead, going due northwest through calm waters.
The real challenge here, what you're rolling for, is not how well you can pilot, but how well you can fight the call of the void to just take the wheel.
Right. Absolutely true.
Let's drift this bitch.
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift is motherfucker.
Madness.
But Henry enjoys having someone up here with him to spend a little bit of the evening shift with him once again, and spend some time talking with you. Unless you want to have any actual conversations with him, we can just kind of fast forward through that.
Yeah, we'll just have some.
Some banter, some
Yeah.
small talk.
And then afterwards, he'll probably just go back to bed and just.
Yeah.
Before everybody goes to bed, I don't go to everybody individually, but I'll just telepathically reach out to everybody, and just warn everybody. At the dawn of the zenith, the Robin will likely be having some guests, so I would recommend everybody keep their distance just in case. Shouldn't cause a problem, but better safe than sorry.
Real quick for you, Ghost. You rolled a very, very good religion check to know stuff about Robins, and I'm kind of extending that to also knowing stuff about the Shatterkai and such. The timing specifically, you know that at dawn, like when the prime zenith happens, is when the souls officially are moved into the afterlife and onto the River Styx, or not fully into the afterlife, but onto the River Styx to begin their transition into the afterlife. You're not sure if at dawn is when the Shatterkai will show up. As a matter of fact, in all the readings that you've done, often they come kind of in the middle of the night. They arrive so they can talk to the soul, explain what's about to happen. I'm about to take you into onto the River Styx. Here we'll travel, blah, blah, blah. So that they're not showing up, grabbing them, and yanking them immediately. So there's a little bit of time for transition. All which to say, I'd say you rolled very, very good. Shatterkai tend to come in sort of the witching hours of the night, 2 or 3 in the morning. So they have a couple of hours to sort of gather the souls. That's why you give that time instead to the party.
Yeah.
And then Bones, you got something?
How far are we from shore? How long are we on this boat?
You are. Let's pull up the map.
Are we landing tomorrow is what I'm getting at.
So you have made very, very good time. You guys have rolled very well. If you are able to maintain the pace that was originally set out to be made with the sort of jumps ahead that you've gotten so far, you will arrive at Grey Cliff not tomorrow night, but the following morning. So that's 36 hours from now.
Okay.
That said, if you roll as well tomorrow as you have been rolling, you will get there tomorrow night instead. You still have the opportunity to shave as much as 12 hours off your...
Late night or like...
around this time, 9 or 10 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think then... There's a chance that after a while he does kind of strike up conversation with Bird.
Okay.
Assuming that the small talk has been going pleasantly enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think eventually he just kind of cracks open. So, you served. What did you do?
I was a tapper. I've faced a whole lot less danger than a lot of people. Consider myself pretty lucky. I would tap for, war machines and stuff, gunneries and all that before they got sent out to the front lines. And, sometimes I did some frontline duty if I had to go out and recharge things as action was happening. But truth is, I was mostly behind the scenes.
Did you tap for the gold cans, the Mark IIIs?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I did.
I was on comms on the other side. I was calling in the strikes to blow up your tin cans.
He kind of chuckles. He says, I thought I recognized the accent. Well, listen, I ain't got nothing to hold against you.
No, same.
I didn't,
Neither of
join
us.
the military because I wanted to, expand my country's borders or I got drafted like everybody else I know and just doing my best to stay alive.
Same. Neither of us started this war. I imagine neither of us wanted it.
Are you, after how it all shook out, are you still,
Technically, I'm a fellow citizen. I'm now part of the Alliance.
He kind of chuckles and shakes his head a little bit. He's like, how about that? No, I did. That's not. I'm happy for you. I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know how I should feel for you, but
it is all kind of meaningless. I think the whole thing is it is just a waste of time. But apparently somebody up there does not agree, so we go off to fight for them.
He nods. He says, "I'm not a history buff or anything, but do a little research when you're about to get sent off to war about what this war is about. Well, I understand it, they were trying to reset a border to the way it was 100 years ago, which is the way it wasn't 100 years before that, and probably was another 100 before that. Like I said, people that have gotten way too big for their britches deciding where we should draw lines on maps.
It's nice to be working on the same machine.
It is. He kind of grabs a pack of cigarettes out and shakes it and offers you one if you want one. Strikes a match and lights one for himself.
Yeah, I'll take it.
After he lights his, he hands you his book of matches so you can light yours as well.
Yeah.
So, comms, that sounds a bit more involved than tapping. What's that? What, you worked on radios and stuff?
Yeah, truthfully, it's a lot of math more than anything else. A lot of, speaking quickly and carrying messages forward, but mostly a lot of math. A lot of calculating trajectories and accounting for wind. And I was not making strategic level decisions, although I was privy to them enough to understand why they were doing what they were doing, and sometimes to question why they were doing what they were doing. But ultimately, I was just a calculator for them. There may be some day in the not too distant future where they do not need to put young men into these roles, and they can use machines to calculate and blow each other up, and we can watch the machines fight these imaginary wars over imaginary lines.
He kind of takes a long drag from his cigarette and thinks, and he looks down at Marble's engine that's sitting next to you, just kind of humming and preventing him from really needing to do his job at all right now. And he thinks for a while and he says, obviously that's a good idea in war, to make it take all the people out of it as much as you can if we got to have wars at all. I do wonder about
Taking the people out of peace.
Yeah, he nods. He says, it's good, obviously, and it can't be avoided. Once a thing like this, and he kind of nods down at Marble's engine.
Why do you work?
Can't put the cat back in the bag.
Do you work because you like it or because you need to eat?
Yeah. Truth is more the latter than the former. I think I'd get bored out of my mind if I didn't work, but at the end of the day, I'm just getting paychecks to send home to my folks, my little brother, little sister.
There may someday be machines that farm for us, that find us water, that build our homes. I think there may, not too far from now, be a day where nobody must work and we only work if we wish to.
What happens then to the people that then don't have a job, can't work?
This idea that everyone must have a job is a relatively recent invention. It's an illusion, just like the lines on the map. We've built this culture that believes one must work to have value to society, but all one needs to have value in life is to be alive.
He takes another long drag of his cigarette and just says, it's a nice idea, but the lines on the map haven't really ever mattered all that much, and there's still a whole lot of people dying over them. Pardon me if I work to get a paycheck to send home to my folks, and I don't know who's going to give me a paycheck if I don't work. I like the idea of a world where no one has to work and we all just get fed and housed and taken care of just by the goodness of the hearts of the people in charge, but I don't know if that world exists. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong.
How do we build machines with hearts?
That's the question, I suppose. It gets late.
Can I do one more thing? Sorry.
Yeah,
After
of course.
Ghost said that, if I could do this before or on my way to bed.
Yeah.
That makes Marble think that he has made a few spell scrolls for Nathul over this trip, including one of them was for sea invisibility, I believe. So he's going to cast that on his glasses.
Okay.
For it. And that way when he walks down, he's going to see if he can see the spirit.
Okay.
It allows
Yeah.
you to see into the ethereal plane.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to know.
And I guess he's also kind of curious if he can, think maybe he can see one of these Reapers.
Yeah, the Shatterkai Reapers. Some people call them Reapers. Psychopomps. They've got many titles. You cast this spell on yourself, onto your glasses, and you can kind of see kind of a sort of like a pink hue that overtakes everything, and sort of a kind of drifting little, when you get like one of those little things in your eye that you can't quite look at directly, and
One of
it
the
hangs out
fuzzies?
in your
Floaters.
pupil.
Like a dust.
There's just a lot of like those floating around in space around you, all of sort of like a pinkish hue, as you see into the ethereal plane. I believe for the first time into the border ethereal. You make your way down below deck. Nothing invisible or ethereal stands out to you as you make your way through the engine room and down below deck. And as you step down the stairs to where the Robin is seated, sort of at the foot of this coffin, is kind of near the feet of a ghostly figure that is laid back in the pose of a corpse in the coffin, sort of hands folded over the chest. Kind of white and hazy, as ghosts usually are, is what looks like the ghost of an orc. They are shaved bald head, tusks jutting from the lower jaw, very square, strong, masculine jaw, pointed ears, dressed in the same black ceremonial robes that the Robin is dressed in, as if this person were a Robin. And you can kind of confirm that with the fact that even in their ghostly image, there is sort of hanging from the straps down on the chest, the mask, another mask match in the Robin's mask.
Yeah.
And kind of in a, jarring's not the right word, but in a weird juxtaposition, this ghost looks kind of hazy and incorporeal and ethereal, but over the eyes, still in the ethereal plane, but covering the eyes, are very solid, very material copper coins. And the ghost seems to be asleep, or honestly looks dead, with copper coins covering the eyes. And you see the Robin is sitting on the foot of the coffin with what looks to be just their hand kind of down on the side of the coffin. You see their hand is kind of rested on the sort of shin and knee of this ghost, like kind of, and I don't know, a position of sort of familiarity.
Yeah. I'll approach cautiously, slowly. I don't know the rules of this Rob. I don't know if I'm allowed to even approach them.
Yeah, you've already approached them.
But I'll probably like stand kind of so I can see them both. So kind of like one up to the left, if I can.
You can see that this ghost, where it lays kind of floating in space above this coffin, there's like a pink-hued, almost looks like Aurora Borealis that extends down from this ghost into the coffin, presumably tethering it to a body or something. You've never obviously seen a ghost in the ethereal plane before. I guess you weren't really aware how a soul tethers itself to a dead body, but you see this sort of Aurora-like, almost like an after image, sort of as if the ghost had risen from the body and left a trail behind it.
Yeah. Did you know them?
It is not given to me to share identities of the souls over which I preside, nor my own.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
He like looks very curiously at the ghost. Like he's, as you said, never seen. Probably never even really thought about it. Like he's just never something that crossed his mind.
Yeah. For all the world, it looks like a dead body. I think you maybe would expect a ghost to be like standing and looking around and moving, but it looks like a dead body laying over a coffin. Just ghostly and incorporeal.
Are they asleep?
The Robin looks down at the coffin. And behind it, you don't know this, but a curious furrowing of the brow comes over their eyes when they look back at you and say, many grapple with death by thinking of it as sleep, particularly in the earliest stages of grief. It is a helpful metaphor until the soul departs for the afterlife. It is something like slumber.
Oh, I just expected their spirit to be conscious. You like point at where the ghost is.
They look at you, and for the first time, there's enough of a physical cocking of the head that you see a little bit of body language. Robin says,
"Oh, I used." He like points at magic.
They look at your goggles and notice sort of like a very faint pink sheen over your goggles that wasn't there before. They say, this too, sleep, is a fitting metaphor. Do you see the coins on the eyes?
Yeah, they're really solid.
This is a ancient magic, as old as the records of our order. Spellcraft and coins placed over the eyes keeps the soul in slumber, but also prevents undeath and prevents other tampering with the soul.
Marple would like furrows his brow. It's like, oh, I guess I just expected to be different.
In what way?
I assumed they would just be around. Maybe you talk to them to comfort them.
The robin nods and they say, this will be the case. The time will come for this. The coins keep the soul in a deep slumber, and the body unable to be tampered with necromancy. When the coins are removed, the soul will return to its state of consciousness. Ordinarily, without this rite of the coins, the soul would be conscious and aware as it stood near its body.
And the angels of death.
The Ramanans, Shadar-kai.
They're coming tonight, tomorrow.
It's kind of a long pause. Robert looks down again at the ghost. Says, "They are. At each prime zenith, the Shadar-kai ferry away all the souls that remain on this plane, along the river Styx, into the plane of death, and from beyond there into the afterlife."
Are you okay?
Please watch as I do a deception check with advantage, because I've got a mask on to show that I'm not okay.
It's okay. I'm really bad at insight, so my insight was a 22.
Oh, wow.
I rolled a
okay.
19. It can only...
Incredible. With advantage, because the mask is there to easily shield their emotions, the Robin still only got a 19. There's a pause, and the pause is really all you need to know you're not getting a straight answer. Mm-hmm. You ask if they're okay. They look down at the ghost. And they pause longer than they ought to need to before they look back up to you and say, "I have a sacred duty to fulfill. I will be fine in performing my duties." And if it weren't the pause that lets you know that they were not being completely honest, it would instead be the fact that you see the left hand reach down and take the hand of the soul and hold it for a moment and give it a squeeze.
Marvel will reach out and put a hand on their shoulder.
They kind of shrink back from it.
He'll stop.
You start to reach those where they kind of pull back. You on a 22 insight check think that it's a act of almost instinct or habit. They're not like you don't know this, but I'll just tell
I
you
assume they're not supposed to touch.
They're not supposed to like physically interact. They're not supposed to hug people, or they're supposed to. Their comfort is supposed to come from words and such. As you kind of reach, they shrink back a little bit,
and he'll stop and pull his hand back.
They say, just again, kind of out of pure habit, a line they've probably said 100 times to 100 different people. I'm afraid my vows prohibit me from contact.
Oh, right. Sorry.
It's all right. It is a good and natural instinct to comfort.
My condolences.
There's a pause. And they once again say, "Thank you. I will be well."
And then after probably standing there for a few extra awkward seconds, we're like, "All right, I'll leave you be." Would it be inappropriate if I do this again in the morning? He like points to his glasses, like
Yeah. They say, that will be fine. There's no issue with me. Roll me, please, a persuasion check also. Not really for that question, but just for this interaction. I'll give you advantage also.
it was going to be a 9, and now it's a modified 20.
Modified 20, okay. They say, they look to the door that you're headed towards, the fact that you're sleeping just outside this room. They say, you may hear voices speaking or movements. The Shadar-kai have waited quite some time to take this soul away. It is, in truth, a betrayal of my vows, but I intend to make them wait once more. They may not take kindly to it, but please do not concern yourself with it.
What will happen to you?
Please do not concern yourself. Nothing will happen to you. You will be safe. You and your crew and the ship. I will bring no harm. You have my vow.
He is very torn, but I think he will go to bed.
Okay.
Because it does seem very dangerous with the Shadar-kai being involved.
As you take a step towards the door, they just look at you one last time before you walk in and say, "It is my duty to provide comfort to those who have lost one that they love. It is rare that I have needed to receive such comfort. And I thank you."
I'll just give him a little nod. And enjoy your night with them.
They smile. Or it's behind the mask, like
Yeah.
you don't know it. They smile.
And I'll
They nod at you, and you step into your room with Cadence. At this point,
yeah, and I'll try not to wake her as I
sneak
climb
into this
into bed.
tiny ass bed.
Yeah.
Curl up next to her.
and then be like, all right, she's going down tonight. Should I go to sleep? Hold on, I'm gonna roll to see if he's just gonna. I'm gonna spy on them, but like also like if Shadar-kai are gonna come and kill this person.
As you're making that roll, Morisco and Lusa and Patches and Gil have all gone to sleep. I think probably at this point, Bones, unless you're truly staying up all night, you probably have gone to bed as well.
No, that's right.
Above deck, Ghost and Patches don't need to sleep, or Ghost and Boss don't need to sleep tonight, but let me come back to Marvel's roll real quick.
I think his curiosity is just getting the better of him, and I
Yeah.
think he's probably not even going to climb into bed. He's just going to kind of watch out the keyhole.
Yeah, just stand at the door and kind of watch out the keyhole. Okay.
Yeah, or like under there. Yeah, I think I have the ability to spend like an hour making any tool. I can just make some like a little mirror. With
you
these
just
tool or
kind of watch
something.
and listen. Yeah. Above deck, Henry keeps the helm for the night, having taken a couple long naps during the day, so he could do the night shift. While Specs, Ghost, and Boss, you guys are awake for the evening. Right now, it's midnight, 1 a.m. or so.
Boss starts says, a long time ago I had to spend some time on the boats. And this is why I do not feel comfortable on them at this time. There is one thing on my mind that has been there since then, something that I feel could potentially, or have the power to give me control over this sphere again. And I think I'm going to do this right now. And Boss runs up and jumps up onto the side, grabs a rope, pulls his robe up, and urinates off the side of a boat.
You just hop up onto the edge of the railing and just piss off the side of the boat.
Yeah.
It's not going crazy fast, but it's like standing on the roof of a car going 30 miles an hour.
Hold
It's
on to
not
that rope
nothing.
and
Yeah,
hold on to the rope and
Yeah.
Into your
Just
life.
leave yourself into the ocean.
Yep.
Watching the water of your body join with an immeasurably vast ocean of water.
this gives me some of the control back that I lost over the boat when I was young.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm very happy for you.
That was odd, but I'm happy I did this. It feels the first time I've been on a boat where I don't feel absolute dread. So, yes, this is kind of a silly moment for me, but I revel in this.
Good. How is your fear? Is it just being underneath the boat? Or would, if we were, say, inside of the upper cabin, would that also be distressing?
I'm not sure of this. I think the idea of being stowed anywhere on a boat at this time is distressing.
Understood.
I would like to tell you, this is not the time. This is not the time. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
With this though, do you need to go inside for some time? Because I will be happy to stay here. And
No, it's just that we have it's going to be a long night still, and everyone else is asleep.
I don't think I mind this. I was going to ask, would you like to join me in exercise?
Sure.
I've been kind of neglecting some of my ritualistic practice that's I must maintain in order to keep my skills as sharp as they need to be. And I was wondering if maybe you would like for me to just show you some of the what do you say, workouts? There's no pressure.
Alright.
I
would be happy to. Could you afterwards? Would you help me with a spell that I'm working on?
Of course, I'd be more than happy.
Perfect. Then how do we work out?
And then, all right, and then I take his arm and show him, and then montage.
A little montage moment of you showing him how to stretch and exercise and do a little workout here.
A little Tai Chi sort of thing.
Yeah. Ghost, give me an athletic check.
Great.
You have advantage because boss helps you. Hey, that's
Hey,
like a decent
17.
roll. Yeah, on a 17, it doesn't feel like torture. You kind of actually, it kind of actually feels kind of nice to move your body and stretch your limbs in ways that are not natural to Thrycreen. Your musculature is real different from human musculature.
And elephant musculature.
Right, that's also true. You nonetheless have a refreshing workout. It's gotten cold. You're another day further north. It's another day colder. You're still not far enough north to where outside overnight is harmful to you in terms of me making you roll saves or anything. But it is brisk and quite cold overnight. Maybe like in the 40s.
Did we prep for this? Did we bring like furs or anything?
I think you guys are en route to Great Cliff where you can stock up on stuff if you want to.
I
think
some of you guys do have.
I do have some, but
25 ghosts, you're good.
This guy with his bear skin.
this is starting to become quite chilly out here.
The exercise is helping, though.
It does. It feels rejuvenating.
I'll say that by the time you guys have finished your exercise, it's maybe a little after 2 a.m. or so. Maybe pushing 2:30.
What is this spell that you need help with?
Yes, Marble helped provide me a spell scroll, and I just need some help deciphering it and copying it. I'm just going
I
to
love
go
this
and
practice.
copy the See Invisibility spell, but I have to make an Arcana check, and I don't want to fuck it up.
Perfect.
I can help with these.
Yeah, so are you proficient in Arcana, boss?
Yes.
You are, right? Yeah, so you goes to help action because you're proficient.
Perfect.
And then you can roll with advantage. Ooh, nat 20, hell yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Are you doing the ghost thing where you like get behind him and help him draw it?
Full Patrick Swayze, hand on his hand as he writes down
Yeah,
calculus
try
formulas.
it this way.
Lovely. By the time you finish that, then, it is something like 5 a.m. You might be in the midst of that when stuff happens, though, so we'll come back. It may not even affect you what happens, but just in case it does, you're in the midst of working on that spell with Boss, while everyone else is asleep, and, let's see, Cadence.
Marble, you walk into the room, and Cadence is still awake. She went to bed a long time ago, but she's still awake.
Yeah.
She's clearly been awake in the room for a minute.
At some, like, 10:30 p.m. or something, Cadence came down here to go to bed, and you come to bed at 1:15 in the morning after your night shift and have this conversation with Robin, and Cadence still just lying in bed awake.
Then instead of spying for a bit, I will do this, and then we'll see what happens. You're awake. Or you're awake still. I wasn't expecting that.
No, yeah, sorry. I couldn't sleep.
Are you okay?
Great.
Do you want to try that again?
No.
Is something bothering you? You seem...
I would choose your next words very carefully.
off.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I haven't seen you like this before. Sorry, I wasn't trying to accuse you or anything.
No, you don't have to apologize. I'm just tired. I don't belong out here. I don't belong in the Underdark. I don't belong in Cherry Falls. I don't belong out here. I'm just tired.
You feeling homesick?
Sure. Yes. I guess. I belong in Daybreak. I belong with the Symphony. I belong to them. That's where I fit in. That's where I'm correct.
You don't belong to them.
No, stop. That is where I belong. I'm not looking for a pity party. I know where I fit in the world. I know where I fit in the world.
Well, I know where I fit in the world too. I'll lean in.
Here's what I want to say. Despite everything, Marble, I'm glad I met you.
He kind of furrows his brow as he's trying to decipher what despite everything is referring to. I'm glad I met you too. It changed my life.
Well, it remains to be seen, but I think you've changed mine too.
Whether you see it or not. You are beautiful on the inside.
No, I know who I am.
Cadence, I think that you, Marble, were having this conversation as you're laid in bed next to each other, having this sort of half asleep, almost vulnerable pillow talk that couples have, and I think those are kind of the last words out of your mouth and the last thoughts running through your mind as you kind of drift into half sleep. Marble next to you. Marble, I don't know if that conversation changes what you do with your evening, or if you get back up eventually.
That definitely does change it. I don't think he wants to just walk off after a conversation like this.
Yeah,
So-
you see the conversation kind of remains unfulfilled, but you see, by the time you think of kind of what to say, you hear Cadence's breath deepening a little bit, and you see that she has like dozed off to sleep.
Can I send Kite over to the Robin?
Yeah, of course.
It will just try to get kind of like fly over next to Robin.
Eventually sleep, I think, probably takes
Yeah.
you as well. Everyone sleeps except Boss and Ghost, who are up on the deck doing some exercise and scribing some spells until like 5 o'clock in the morning. What are Marble and Cadence's passive perception with disadvantage, meaning passive perception -5?
9.
Okay.
Give me 1 second, sorry.
And then same question for Morisco, Patches, and Bones.
Could I have told Kite if he hears a noise to...
Certainly, just wake you. Yeah. So I don't even need yours then. And actually, I don't really need Cadence's either, probably. But
12.
12, okay. And then how about for Patches, Morisco, and Bones?
Passive -5.
Yes.
11.
15.
15 is still pretty good.
4.
Perfect. Okay.
Almost said 4.
He's a heavy sleeper.
Patches, on a 15, even in your sleep, the conversation is loud enough, though it is not very loud, that through the floorboard of the room that you and the rest of the crew are sleeping in, you can hear. You're woken up by the sound of conversation. You can't make out details or words. It doesn't even actually sound like a language that you understand. But you just hear talking below deck. You look at your watch or whatever, and it's about 3 a.m. or so. It's not enough to wake up Lusa or Gil or Maurice Bones. You hear them like gently snoring in the room. Marble, you are woken up again at about 3 o'clock in the morning by a... I don't know if Kite even speaks to you in words. I leave that to you, or if you just get like impressions of what Kite is seeing or experiencing. If it's I don't know, maybe Morse code. It's probably Morse
R2D2 language.
Yeah,
it's got to be Morse code. You just hear beeps in your mind. You hear some Morse code in your mind as that wakes you up from your sleep. It takes you a second to parse what Kite is communicating to you, and it just says the Robin is talking towards seemingly nothing, like talking at the wall.
Recognize distress.
Boy, give me an insight check for your homunculus with disadvantage.
It's just good to be a 14.
14? Okay. It doesn't know necessarily what the emotion is, but the body language changed. The Robin was sitting here just kind of quietly tending to the coffin.
Now that I'm awake, what can I? Since you're right outside the door, do I hear?
You kind of stand up and go over to the door and put your ear to it. Give me a. Actually, I don't even need you to roll for it. You hear a conversation happening. But it is in a language that you do not understand, I don't believe. It is.
I definitely don't. I don't know what it is, but it's not. I don't speak.
Great.
And I speak Cookie, Undercommon, and Golden.
Yeah, it is not one of those conversations, one of those languages. But you hear a conversation happening out there. You do hear two voices talking.
Yeah.
You hear Robin's voice and another voice.
I was about to cast See Invisibility again.
Yeah, you can if you wish to.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get a little mirror out and look under the door.
Yeah, or look through the keyhole or whatever.
Can I understand the language at all?
Do you speak Sylvan?
No.
I didn't think so. So no, you don't. You don't. You can roll me a perception check now, like an active perception check now that you're awake.
15.
15. I think because you have like the Fey something background, I believe.
Yeah, I'm Fey Lost.
Fey Lost, yeah. So you know stuff about spirits, kind of. I think you recognize the language as Sylvan, but you don't speak it, which is the language of spirits of death and spirits of life. So you hear conversations in Sylvan kind of below deck. As Marble, you look underneath the door with your mirror and see... invisibly, standing in the kind of the border ethereal in like a pink haze, are 3 figures. They look like elves. They are very, very pale, almost completely like gray-white skinned elves. There's 2 females and a male. They're all dressed in sort of black accoutrement with a lot of like black raven feathers or crow feathers, black bird feathers. One of them is sort of armored. One of them has like long sort of black chains draped around much of their clothing and kind of extending down their hand that they're holding. And then the one in front that is speaking directly to the Robin is a sort of female elf with a shaved head and black face tattoos that are just like simple geometric lines. Wearing big plumes of black feathers on the shoulders, like shoulder pauldrons. The body language is a little tense. There seems to be a bit of like a standoff.
Yeah, from what I understand, this guy's soul should have passed on a long time ago, and he is trying to tether it to until he gets to the city he's trying to get to for some reason. Or she, or they. And these people are like, give us the soul! And he's just like, I can't do it.
Yeah, kind of easy enough to suss out that's probably what's going on, even though you can't hear the words of it. I'll jump to Patches. Patches, do you do anything when you hear this conversation going on below deck?
I think I'll go investigate a little bit. At least kind of like... I mean, do I hear more voices now, or is it still just the...
It's still just those 2 voices talking.
But do I, like, recognize them at all?
No. You recognize the voice of the Robin as one of them, the one that's been on the whole time, but you don't recognize the new voice.
Okay, I'll go investigate.
Okay, cool. You kind of open the door and...
Kind of creep over there a little bit.
creep down the stairs a little bit so that just from the top of the stairs, you can kind of see down into what's happening. You only see the Robin. They seem like standing there talking to nobody, like speaking into nobody and nothing. Cadence, what was your passive perception at this minute? 12, right?
12.
12 passive perception is still enough to be roused by your partner getting out of bed, I think. So you at least hear Marble get out of bed and like go over to the door.
I do cast a spell.
Oh, there's that too, which I think has more components.
It 100% does.
Yeah, so you hear Marble casting a spell in your room.
Can I kind of step around the corner and start casting a spell?
Sure, if you want to. Okay. Great. Come to that in just a second.
Wonder.
Wonder. So you and Marble both wake up to the boy, the sound of people talking out there. Marble goes and like casts a spell on himself and goes and listens out the door. Patches, you go to the top of the stairs, you see this Robin just kind of talking to themselves, and you begin casting a spell. What do you cast?
I start casting Augury.
Okay, great. You sit at the top of the stairs and get a bunch of candles out and put them out in a row and start lighting them. The Robin, like, it's not subtle. So the Robin, like, looks up in your direction and sees you casting a spell.
That's why I said, like, step back kind of.
Yeah, you step back a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. So you kind of step back just a little bit and start casting a spell kind of back in this room over here at the top of the stairs. Great. You begin casting Augury. It takes 1 minute. That's not terribly long. The conversation continues for a minute, and then your spell goes off. What question do you ask? What course of action do you present to your Augury?
I would like to ask, is it a good idea to go down there?
I think that your candles are arrayed on a spectrum from weal to woe, from good results to bad results. And it kind of just flickers towards the middle. It just flickers right around the middle. Neither good nor bad. In other words, you don't get the sense that walking down there is a death trap, but you also don't get the sense that going down there is going to like gain you any kind of boon or treasure. You know what I mean? So maybe a little more weal than woe, but it's probably right up the middle. Marble, while Patches is interpreting the spell.
I'm going to send Kite up to try to get. I know that Boss and Ghost are the brain boys. They might speak languages I don't know. And Ghost is the one who seems to know more about Shadowkai, so I'm going to have Kite go up and just kind of start flying circles around Ghost's head and then fly towards the deck. It just tries to guide them down there. He can't speak to them.
Boss and Ghost in the middle of the night, as you are in the middle of transcribing Ghost spells, Kite starts like flying circles around you, and then kind of Tinkerbell like flying towards the stairs as if to lead you.
What is this thing doing?
I think they're bothering the Robin.
I have no interest in this.
Right, the thing that I explicitly warned them not to do.
So I don't plan to go downstairs.
Me either.
Okay, let's just keep working on this scroll.
Perfect.
All right.
Kite, so helpless. Just
For
flying
what
around.
it's worth, I also don't speak Sylvan anyways.
Kite will then, I guess, see this as a lost cause, tell me, and I'll tell him to just go back and keep watching the engine room.
Okay. Heads back down the stairs. Hey, do you do anything in this moment, or are you just kind of listening in?
I would like to, if I can, sneakily crack the door open and see if I can tell what's going on.
Yeah. You crack the door open and look out, and you just see the Robin. These other three, again, are in the ethereal plane where at the moment where only Marble can see them. The Robin, is talking. You see the Robin, raising a hand up as if in a gesture of, wait. But towards no one and nothing at the moment. I assume Marble.
Yeah, I'll mentally telepathically just tell you what I see.
What you see. So Marble describes what he's seeing here. There's a kind of flash of pink, like a pink sort of mist that appears for a moment, and appearing on the material plane are all these Shadowkai. Again, now all of you, specifically I guess Cadence and Patches, can see them here as well. And switching over to Golden, having appeared now in physical space, you hear the front Shadowkai, the one that seems to be interfacing directly with this Robin, says, "He has tarried long enough. It is time." The Robin switches also to Golden and says, "I ask only one more prime." And the Shadowkai says, "This was your promise when last we spoke, and before that. It is only out of respect for your service to Mord that we have waited as long as we already have. It has become clear that your love for him has eclipsed your loyalty to your vows." The Robin looks back at the coffin, looks back at the Shadowkai, says, I beg you, please. We've come so far. We are only another day from Greycliff. The Shadowkai all kind of look at each other. And the lead one says, "You beg. Tell me, Robin, how many have begged you to return their dead to life? How many have wept at your feet to let their loved ones' souls tarry a while longer? How many have you denied the mercy that you now entreat for?" And Robin kind of doesn't have an answer to that. And the Shadowkai says, "It is time. You know as well as any mortal what must happen next if you do not step aside. I prefer that it does not come to this." The Robin looks at the coffin, reaches Marvel, you see it one more time, like squeezes the hand of this ghost, and then just says, "I made a promise." You see the Shadowkai, the one like drops its chain down, we have to swing it like a weapon. The back one kind of starts summoning necrotic magic into his hands. Cadence, you're looking at me like you were going to do something.
You look like you want to shoot someone.
You look in your eyes
I
like...
want to shoot someone.
Is it the
I do
Robin?
Yes, the Robin for sure. No. So I can see the Shadowkai now, essentially.
Yeah, they're
Are
on the
they
ethereal
like
plane now. You see the
physical?
plane. Yeah, they're
Are
physical. They look like elves. And now that they're out of the ethereal plane, they just look like elves, like very, very pale, strange, otherworldly elves.
I don't think I say anything. I think I hear this conversation play out, and if you'll allow me,
Yeah, of course.
when the like head Shadowkai standing next to the Robin starts threatening, like, "You've said that last week and the week before, and you just want to keep hanging on and blah 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 blah." I think when he mentions like, "You need to let him go, it's mercy, blah blah blah," I think I pull up my pistol and I shoot him.
The Shadowkai?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, let's go ahead and roll a quick initiative. Because if we're going to be shooting, we're going to do some initiative. While we are rolling initiative, friends at home, we'll step away for just a second. We'll be back in 30 seconds. See you shortly. Welcome back. We're going to jump into initiative order. Some things happened in a strange order right now. What I'm going to say is that conversation all goes on. You see the Shadowkai kind of drop their weapons and lower their weapons to begin to fight. Cadence, as you see the situation start to grow to where these Shadowkai are about to attack this Robin, it seems, at least in some manner. You pull your gun and fire out the door. It sort of blasts some raven feathers off the shoulder of this one that's speaking, who turns around towards you for a moment. And that kicks off initiative.
I don't get to fire.
When you can fire on your turn, just like you would have anyway. Nobody's surprised by anything.
Disgusting.
Surprise means not aware of any dangers of any kind, meaning that there was a tense standoff going on, so anything that anyone chooses to do happens in initiative order.
Yeah,
I'm allowing the shot to happen early, essentially to wake Bones up, who is first in initiative. So Bones and everybody else, but Bones because he's up first in initiative, you hear a gunshot from below deck, a few feet below you.
Okay, yeah, I mean, this is a bonus train for that. He's on his feet, have his movement to stand up, item interaction, grabs his gun, and if I am able to know that it came from below deck, I start running below deck.
Great. 15 feet to stand up, another 5 to the doors, 20, 30. How much movement do you got?
I'll go ahead and tabaxi dash for another 30.
So another 5, 10 gets you here. You see Patches with a bunch of candles laid out doing an augury. Another 5 gets you to the top of these stairs where you can see down now and see the Robin in a standoff with 3 other elves that you haven't seen before. And that whip around looking towards the door that Marble and Cadence are in. As you are coming down the stairs and as Cadence and your door comes open and your shot is fired, The back Shadowkai right here, not the one that's been speaking with Robin, but a different one, turns around, so the male one, and says, I urge you not to interfere. This matter does not concern you.
Do I see Cadence smoking a gun?
You see gun smoke coming out of the door, yeah.
Okay. Ghost, can you make me a diplomacy check?
Ghost?
Yeah.
He's the one who said don't interfere
He
with
was
us
the one-
earlier.
Yeah.
I could try.
I believe in you. And the DC is not high here.
7.
Is it higher than 7?
I think that might honestly.
It's up to
be
you.
enough. He will ready an action to shoot if anything weird happens from this point forward, but he does kind of like lower his gun a little bit, and he's mostly looking at Cadence, like what's going on from Cadence, but that'll be it for now.
I'll say that if you want to look at Cadence, you kind of have to like step into the room to see her. You see her, you're at the top of the stairs, her room is around that corner. See what I'm saying?
I understand.
Does your positioning make sense now?
That does make sense. I think that would lower the DC even more. I think, but I mean, Bones will end his turn here. He'll ready an action to shoot if anything weird happens. But I think it kind of like he wakes up and remembers, like, oh yeah, I was warned weird shit's going to happen in this room tonight. I shouldn't be here.
Okay, great.
So yeah, that's where I'll stop.
The Shadow Dancer, one of these female ones, they have like long braided white hair and they have a long black chain that's like wrapped around their arm and dangling a little bit. They begin by just flinging their chain out towards the Robin, making an attack roll. And that one is a miss.
Nice.
Second attack, it's 3 of those. Here's the second one. God, terrible roll again. That's a 9 total, another miss. And then the final attempt. Okay, there's a good roll. 26. That one will definitely hit the Robin. Robin takes some damage, not a ton. You see, the Shadow Dancer swings his chain around and flings it 3 separate times. And then finally, on the third one, it gets wrapped around kind of the arm, shoulder, and torso of the Robin. And they pull it tight, and you can see it dig in with sort of sharp edges into the Robin's sort of clothing and into their skin a little bit. The Robin takes a little bit of damage, but more importantly, needs to make a save. The Robin becomes grappled and restrained, pulled tight in this thing. The Shadow Dancer then is going to pull the Robin back to over here, yanking the chain to pull them away from the coffin, pulling them kind of back towards the door. Actually, you know what? They will stay there and just pull the chain. Z says if you get moved while you're grappled, you get another attempt to break free as a reaction. The Robin has no better reaction to use and will definitely try. Terrible. Remains grappled and restrained by the Shadow Dancer. Then the Gloom Weaver, with the Robin grappled, steps over towards the coffin, reaches down and examines the coffin and sees that there is a lock on the sort of lid mechanism that is closing the coffin, turns around, uses an action to search the Robin's possessions for a key, successfully finds the key, and pulls it out of the Robin's pocket as an action. As an action to find an item action to pull it out, reaches down and begins to unlock this coffin. At this point, you hear the Robin. It's their turn, actually. As the Shadowkai reaches down to begin unlocking this coffin to open it, the Robin looks at them and shouts out, again, shout reverberating through the mask, still in the same monotone, and just says, "It is given to you to take the souls of the dead, but it is given to me to release them to your care." And with that shout, uses a thaumaturgy. There's like a boom of their voice and a wave of sort of black magic. And all the Shadowkai need to make wisdom saving throws. The one that has them grappled fails their saving throw, as does the Witherer, the male one off to the side. The Gloomweaver succeeds and takes only half of this damage. However, you see that the Shadow Dancer and the Witherer shrink backwards, still kind of pulling on the chain the Shadow Dancer is, but they shrink away from the Robin at that exaltation, and they are both frightened of the Robin. Okay, that is the Robin's turn and all the Shadowkai's turns. Actually, no, hold on. The Robin does that as a bonus action? That's fucking crazy. Action, the Robin's gonna try to break out of this grapple. You see them like struggling desperately to stop the Shatterkai from opening up this coffin. That one, terrible. Remains grappled and restrained. Cadence. You see this all going on.
Okay, I'm gonna make a crazy cold shot here and see how it goes. I would like to shoot the lock on the coffin in such a way that it is still locked, but the key
Can't be broken.
But the key won't open it. I'd like to
what?
damage it enough to the point that the key won't open it.
What an absolutely hard-ass and insane move to make. Okay, yeah. It's going to be an attack roll to hit a lock. That's going to be a fairly low armor class and fairly low damage threshold and all that, but the thing is you're trying not to break it, you're trying to damage it in a very specific way.
I'll bonus action aim if it helps.
That does absolutely help. Here's what I will say. I'm going to say you're going to make me an attack roll. You have advantage because you aimed. If you don't hit at least a AC 12, you're going to accidentally break the lock open. Do the Shatterkai's work for them.
Okay.
18 or above means that you do what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Anything between 12 and 18 damages it, but not enough to disable it.
Okay, got it. 17.
Oh no, okay. You line the shot up and you take it and you hit the lock. There's a plink, a spark that flies off of it, but it does not quite do the damage you're intending to do to keep this thing from being operable.
Can I use a maneuver on this?
Well,
When
it
you
depends on maneuver.
miss with an attack roll, you can expend one superiority die to roll a superiority die and add it to your roll.
100%. All you gotta do is add a 1.
Right, which I get
Yeah,
automatically.
yeah. So you spend the
So
superiority
I'll
die to
spend,
turn that
yes.
17 into an 18 or greater, somewhere
Right.
between 18 and 25. Hell yes. Okay, take back what I just said. You line the shot up. The first one plinks off, it sparks and doesn't do it. You line up one more time and aim just a little bit further in, and you fuck this lock such that the key will no longer unlock it. Bonkers insanity. Absolute fucking insanity. That is your bonus action and your action. Do you want to move at all? Oh, you can't. 'Cause you
I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
Nope, that's me.
The Shatterkai standing there with the key looks back at you with a bit of a scowl on their face. Marvel, it is your turn.
I'm very conflicted. Well, action. I guess I'll just don my armor. Then I guess I'll step forward,
Okay.
kind of in a body blocking sense.
Sure.
And then I'm going to expend a charge on my armor disperser. I'm going to take a -3 to my AC to give Cadence a +4 to her AC.
All right. Cadence, your armor class goes up to 4 as a couple of plates of Marvel's armor shoot off with little jets and start kind of hovering around you, blocking things that come for you.
My AC now is 19.
Damn. That's after the -3.
Still one higher than mine with
Right.
a +4.
That's movement, action, bonus action.
Okay. That brings us then to Morisco. Morisco, likewise, you hear a gunshot below deck and you see Bones run that way.
Oh, well, if he's going, I guess I should go. Let me get up here, stand up. That's half movement, yeah?
Yep, happy to stand up.
10, 15. I'll also tabaxi dash.
Okay.
5, 10. I can't.
That kind of gets you to the top of the stairs near where Bones is. This staircase
Okay.
right here is this staircase right here.
And I doubt I can see much down there.
Yeah, you can kind of see like what Bones can see. You're not getting a totally great view down there, but you can kind of see what's going on at least. You see the Robin from earlier is wrapped up in chains, being held by some pale-skinned elves, as another elf is trying to unlock the coffin with keys, but the lock looks fucked up.
Okay. Then I will just cast Shield of Faith on the Robin from up here.
Great. That brings
Cool.
us then to Boss. Above deck, you hear a gunshot somewhere below deck, and you hear that thundering voice of the Robin shouting that out. You hear their words. Though they would probably said that part in Sylvan, so you probably hear a very loud, booming, thunderous shout after a gunshot, and of the voice of the Robin in a language you don't understand.
I'd like to have Ghost to say they did it, didn't they?
I think they did.
I don't know what to do here. Fuck. I'm gonna stand up and just. I guess
Cargo
this is,
hole.
I guess this is happening. And I go up and up the cargo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You step over and just wrench the cargo hold open. And you can see all the way down through. Well, I guess you see down to the middle cargo hold because there's 2 sets of doors there.
Drop to it and open
Okay.
it.
All right, so you've used 10, 20. We could fall down there for free. Open that one up.
It's an item interaction.
Yeah, item interaction. I'll let you open both for one item interaction. That's fine. At this point now, you can see down into this room and kind of see what's going on. The Robin is chains being held by some Shatterkai. Marvel has gotten his armor on.
I'm kind of like pressed up against the doorway, kind of
There's
blocking
door
the
kind of
door.
blocking for Cadence. Then there's another Shatterkai trying to open this coffin up. Set of keys, looking frustrated.
I think the diplomat in me steps up and just, what is happening here?
You shout that. The Shatterkai next to the coffin looks up at you and says, "This priest has betrayed their oath, has kept a soul tethered long past the time that it was meant to move to the afterlife."
And who is interfering with this?
They nod at the Robin. Says, "We are here to take the soul to the afterlife. The Robin has interfered with our work."
I do not understand this thing. Anyone else have something to say?
The Shatterkai, before anyone else can even respond, says, "This thing is none of your concern.
I have no concern with this. I have concern with gunshots and discomfort.
Tell your friends to stand down. They're the only source of violence here."
This endangers all of us, and I do not believe this is our fight. We don't know this man, we don't know this person, we do not know this deceased. These are the Shatterkai, as they said and as I explained earlier. I do not believe this is our place. Please stand down.
The Robin, wrapped in this chain, grappled, desperately pulling against the chain, hears your words. With the one hand that they have free, they reach up and pull the mask away from their face. Beneath the mask is another elf. She has sort of like deep brown skin, long black kind of wavy hair that you can now see sort of tumbling out of the front of the hood as it's been kind of tousled by this combat. It's kind of thin, narrow face and features long pointed ears. She pulls the mask down away from her face, looks up to you as you speak and say essentially like, "This isn't our fight, this isn't our concern." She says to you and just kind of to everyone in the room, "Please, my name is Shahira. The ghost's name is Babatunde. He wished to go home to his family in Greycliff. He wishes to say goodbye to his son. We are 1 day away, please." She says that as a plea to you guys, to the room, to the Shatterkai, to everyone involved. The Gloom Weaver looks back at her and says, "You defile yourself and your oath. You know now what must be done." And they go back to some trying to get this coffin open, which they can't do till their turn.
I think Boss just placated.
Yeah.
Understands both sides of this, I think. Loves the idea of taking care of someone that's dead, but also fully understands the concept of oath. I have no weapon out. I never engaged that, but I think I just stand at the top of this, in the middle deck, with the cargo hold open, just looking down. I don't already in action.
Okay.
Fucking hell, this sucks. Boss has no interest in this fight.
Yeah, you can absolutely, to be clear, like, I was prepared to just run this as a narrative scene. I didn't know if you guys would do absolutely anything to
This
interfere with
asshole
this, so
over
yeah.
here.
I just don't feel obligated to, like, do combat actions. We're in initiative order because time matters, but you don't have to participate in a
No,
combat.
I'll hold an action. I'll decide later if I want to take it. I'll like put my hand on the shotgun in the hilt and just kind of like tilt it slightly. Like I don't pull it out, but just tilt it that direction.
Prepared to shoot your shotgun if you decide to. All I'm saying is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. The ghost does nothing.
So anyway, I start to wonder.
For real?
No. I mean, I don't really have any
Yeah.
feel in this fight, so I'll ready in action
Okay.
just in case something goes down. But
Cool. I'd say if you want to, you can kind of step over to the corridor where boss is, so you can like see down into the
Yeah.
room what's going on and just kind of hold an action.
yeah, that works.
Great. Okay. Witherer. That brings it to their turn. Cadence, I don't know if you respond to boss before this Shatterkai goes.
I will turn to anybody who I know I like initiated this, so anybody who has participated since I fired the first shot.
So far, as you look around, your party is all where they can see, and no one has done anything.
Perfect.
So that's not quite true. Morisco
I
has
have.
cast a spell to protect the Robin. Bones and Boss both have weapons like pointed, but are not doing anything yet. Marble is like body blocking you to protect you, but you're the only one who's like directly intervened in this so far, except maybe Morisco to a point because he did cast a spell on the Robin.
Okay. If you have no stake in it, then stand down.
I say the same to you.
In the time that it takes you guys to have this conversation, the Shatterkai Witherer is frightened of Jahaira, so can't get any closer to her. Has to sort of like, it's currently 10 feet away, so has to stay 10 feet away, so has to kind of like skirt over here without getting any closer, but makes their way over to the coffin. He looks down at this fucked block, studies this coffin for a second, and then just places hands onto the wood of the coffin itself, and you see black, withering, necrotic magic pulse out of him. Vroom, 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 vroom. And with each pulse, you see the wood start to rot and decay and cave in. The Shatterkai does 23 points of necrotic damage to this wood, which I think is enough to sort of send it splintering and breaking in where the wood is weak enough that he can kind of push through the wood with the end of his turn. You can see now, those of you can see in there, inside is the body of an orc that looks just like this ghost that I know nobody has seen besides Marble, with copper coins on its eyes. That is all that this one can do on its turn, is just to get the coffin open enough to try to get these coins off the eyes, but it can't quite get the coins off the eyes on its turn. That brings it to Ghost. But you can't see, you can plainly see anyone watching that what they move to do is take the coins off the eyes of this body.
I am going to move down to here,
Okay?
looking down.
Yep.
I assume I can't see the coffin from this angle.
Not from that angle. You can see all the way down to the cargo deck, but you can't quite see the coffin from all the way up there.
Okay. I'm gonna cast a spell at 4th level.
Okay.
I drag my staff in a circle on the ground, and out pops a kind of ethereal kind of butterfly, and it is where they normally kind of have this like bluish hue. This one goes to a deep red, and it is going to start to fly down into the down below deck, and then it will, I think, teleport down next to the Shatterkai Shadow Dancer,
Okay.
and it's going to make a couple of attacks at that one.
Bright red butterflies fly down, swarm around the Shadow Dancer. It's great. Yeah, 24 will do. Absolutely.
And 17?
17 will also hit.
Perfect. For 24 points of damage.
Ooh, 24 total points of damage. Boss and Patches, you guys see a swarm of bright spectral butterflies fly down and start attacking the Shadow Dancer that's got the chains wrapped around Jahaira.
Can I yell up to Ghost?
Yeah.
Why are you fighting?
I feel bad for them.
You feel bad? What the fuck? You said no. Oh my god.
Look, I didn't want to get involved, but we are now, so...
For opinion, for pound.
We love it.
I told everyone to stand down.
Yeah, but no one can listen to you anymore.
Yeah,
We love
that's
it.
true.
Ghost, anything else on your turn?
That is unfortunately all I've got for now, I think. I will have... I will toss Specs down onto
Okay.
Boss's shoulder.
Wonderful.
And yeah, that'll be me for now.
Yeah, you see these red spectral butterflies swarming around the Shadow Dancer, and it is down to mechanically bloodied. You see that the butterflies are putting sharp little butterfly wing thin cuts all over the Shadow Kai's body, where it starts to bleed sort of black blood. Top of the round, Bones. You see things have escalated a bit. Ghost has started in on the attacking, or at least you see his summoned creatures have. Cadence has told everyone to stand down who doesn't have a stake in it. Boss likewise is yelling, "Why are we attacking?"
Gentlemen, please, can we have a moment to speak before we come to blows?
Is that addressed to
Everyone.
Everyone in general?
Everyone in the room, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that trying to stop combat in the middle of combat is a bit of a feat, but...
You try to get them to stop. I don't know, give me a persuasion check to try to de-escalate a little bit.
20, and let me know if that's not good enough.
20 is quite good. It's enough to at least buy, like, a moment for a conversation. The Chatterkai Gloomweaver, with this coffin now sort of decayed and pulled open, just looks back and says, "We are not the ones who brought this to blows."
I guess mostly I'm looking at Ghost and Cadence.
Yeah.
I'll at least lower my gun and step in enough to kind of get a lay of the land.
Yeah, you step down enough to kind of get the size of the situation. The Gloomweaver looks at you, looks down at this open coffin that's been torn open, and
Just hands up, gun down.
Yeah. They just say, "Our work is nearly finished. Simply stand out of our way."
On a 20, if they're standing down, I'm standing down. I have no interest in a fight, but I'm willing to fight if it comes to it.
Sure.
I suppose it depends what you mean by stand down. They are continuing to do what they're doing, which is to reach into this coffin and pull the coins off of the eyes.
If I can boost this, what I would like is for them to also give us a second to talk before they keep doing their shit.
Yeah, I think you're going to need more than a 20 for that,
Okay,
so boost
then
it
I will-
somehow. I'll say if you can hit a 25, they will stop long enough, at least for like a minute, to hear you out. If they're spinning an inspiration. They can see essentially that they have almost finished what they came here to do. They're in the home stretch here of their task, and despite your words, one of them is being attacked by butterflies, and they are, irrespective of the attack, they don't seem all that concerned about the attack. They came here with a single-minded purpose and have almost finished it.
They don't
see a reason to stop doing what they came here to do and then leave.
Okay.
On a 21.
Since words have not worked, I will start using actions. I'm going to use the rest of my movement, and I want to just like physically interpose between them and the coins.
Okay.
Again, hands are up. I'm not trying to touch them, but I also a moment, please.
You step up to kind of get in their way. You have to kind of get past. You can't quite get past them to get to it. I don't think.
I would say I'll do either a shove through or a tumble through if I need to.
Yeah, give me a acrobatics check or whatever you'd rather do.
Tumble through, yeah, acrobatics. 22.
21. Just barely got it.
Wonderful.
By one. You sort of kind of shove past here to get to sort of the head of this coffin. Inside, you can see the body of an orc with a couple of copper coins on his eyes. Looks dead.
Then I guess I just kind of use the remainder of my turn to be like, is time so important to you that we can have a minute to discuss this? We're not asking for a day yet, just a minute to get our bearings.
The Gloomweaver looks at you, looks up to the Robin.
Our soul's not eternal.
The Gloomweaver says, "This Robin has already delayed our work by weeks. Many wish never to leave the material plane, but all must. We have delayed long enough. For what reason should we delay further?"
What a terrific question. Is there any service we can do for you in exchange for one more day? How can we help your order? How can we help move other souls on? Surely there must be more corrupt Robins, people who need interference more than this one.
The service that you can provide for us at this time is to step aside so that we can complete what we came here to do. The Gloomweaver reaches in on their turn. We'll officially move to their turn.
If you do indeed work with souls for a living, it would not kill you to have a heart of your own.
Marisco, I'll let you throw on a persuasion check here as well.
Okay.
Good luck.
And I'll let you do it with advantage because Bones is effectively helping you. 24. I said 25, didn't I?
Say 25.
I did.
You did.
Nobody has guidance, right?
I do. I can use it on myself. Just the one.
Exactly 25, which I said was the DC to get them to kind of stand down here. You give these pleas, Bones. What's one more day in the scheme of eternity? Morisco, entreating with them to just have a heart, to have some compassion. The Gloomweaver looks at you, and without even fully saying it like it is a piece of rhetoric, that they just say it almost out of habit, they say, "It is not our duty as the keepers of the sticks to show compassion to those who have died. That is the duty of our priests." And they realize what they have just said, looking over at the Robin, who is trying desperately to show some compassion right now for this dead. Jahaira says, "That's what I'm trying to do." The Gloomweaver looks at her, looks at Bones, looks at Morisco.
Surely an oath has more value if it has a soul.
The Gloomweaver looks down at the coins on the eyes. She first looks to Jahaira, to the Robin, and she says, "We have been begged twice already for one last prime. This is the last time that your request will be honored." Then she looks at Bones and says, "You ask what service we require from you for our mercy." She looks down at the coins on the corpse's eyes in the coffin and says, "It is your duty now to ensure that after the prime, those coins are removed and that they are not placed back."
Bones will look at the Robin.
And the Robin looks at you and nods.
I will do this.
"It is your duty." She looks at Morisco as well.
Mariska will nod without saying anything because it's a woman.
It's a scary woman. It's for sure a scary, scary woman.
Yeah, scary woman who's taller than me and in big black intimidating clothing. Yeah, that's fine.
The Gloomweaver looks to Jahaira and says, "When we return for this soul at the next prime, you will meet us there to facilitate. And when that is done, you are stripped of your rank and your vow." And Jahaira looks conflicted, torn, but eventually nods. Cadence, you see the Shadow Dancer loosen the chain, starts to fall away from Jahaira, and steps over towards the Gloomweaver. And you see, with nary a word or a spell casting or a movement of magic that you can perceive, they step into a flash of pink and disappear, and only Marvel can see them as they disappear off to the ethereal plane. The Gloomweaver's turn comes. They look to the Witherer, nod at them, and say something in Sylvan that nobody here understands. Cadence, it is your turn.
Cadence, lower your weapon. Please. You wanted to protect this raven and their loved, and you've done this. One already left. The rest are leaving.
Who was the one that ripped into the coffin?
The Witherer.
The Witherer. I will walk up to... I will stow my weapon. I'll stow my gun.
Yeah.
And I'll walk up to the Witherer.
I am purposely body blocking this door.
Do to stop Cadence.
I guess, does she look like she's going to do something violent?
It's Cadence.
Give me an insight check.
Oh no. It's a natural 1 for
Nope.
4.
Seems fine.
I guess I'll let her pass.
Okay. Cadence, you walk past Marble and up to the Witherer, who is standing up and looking away from the coffin.
I lean into the Witherer. No weapon. Whisper, so hopefully only the Witherer can hear. Have you ever asked yourself what happens when the dead die? I dare you to try again.
Give me an intimidation check.
17 total?
17. He looks back at you. Small mortal. I know far more about death and the dead than you will know until your time comes.
You don't know shit.
It is natural to be afraid.
So why would you say that out loud?
Marble, it's your turn.
Yeah. I'll just awkwardly walk up between Cadence and Jahara and it just kind of like give an awkward wave to the Gloom Weaver? I don't know. Just,
You step up and give the most awkward wave. Amazing. We can kind of jump out of initiative unless someone's going to interfere with them leaving. Is anyone going to interfere with them leaving? Okay.
No.
The next one to have a turn is the Witherer. After saying this thing to you, Cadence, there's kind of a mist of pink, and it disappears from this plane of existence. And then, finally, back to the top, the Gloomweaver just looks around. Has already said her piece, having ensured that her people left. There's another sort of flash of pink light. She disappears. Marble, because you can see into the ethereal plane. You see that for a moment they're all just standing in the spaces they occupied, but you see them walk and just kind of phase through the walls of the ship and kind of just walk out onto the surface of the ocean out of view.
they're... No, I'll take Tina, like, they're gone now. I think they walked through the walls.
And Jahira falls to the ground and starts sobbing.
Boss drops down beside Cadence and grabs her by the arms. What was this thing? Why were you so determined?
We said we would protect the Robin.
Who said this?
We did when we took her on the ship. I'm sorry, was this not protecting the Robin?
This is so far above us.
Is it death above any of us?
Jahira looks at you, Cadence, and just says, "Thank you. Thank you."
I look away, and I can't look at her.
Bone, when she looks away, and we'll continue that conversation, Bones is going to go sit down next to her. One of the best ways, I think, to leave a duty is because you did what you believed was right.
She looks over to the coffin now with sort of ruined lid, decayed wood. Says, "He was my mentor. He taught me this work. He taught me everything about our order. I don't regret what I have done, but tomorrow I will have to tell him that I betrayed everything he taught me, and I don't know if he will be disappointed or proud."
You will find out in the morning.
What do you want him to be? This is important.
Being alive. She starts to cry.
No longer an option.
She doesn't respond. She just spends another minute or two in tears.
And if he is not what you want him to be?
She just kind of shakes her head eventually. I don't know that it matters, I guess. She looks at Bones again. Just, I guess we'll see. It's about this time that Gil Nevitt comes running down the stairs and says, "What in the heck is going on down here?" And that is we're going to jump away and take a quick little break. So we'll be back in 30 seconds, friends at home. We'll see you shortly.
Bye.
Experience all. And welcome back, everybody. Before we jump back to where we were, we're going to jump back a couple days in time. I'm here at the table with just Patches right now and nobody else because the rest of the party can't know what's about to happen. We established back in Cherry Falls that you were going to secretly pick out a place that the twins were going and not let the rest of the party know. And we don't want them to know above the table either. So we're going to do this on the sly. So we've decided that you're going to roll a D100 to see where you send the twins. I'm curious, is that an above table convention but Patches thinks about it, or does Patches decide at random? Like in world?
Partially both. It was definitely one of those my decision because I love chaos, but also Patches being the type where he's like, well, I don't fucking know.
So I'm kind of imagining Patches like closing his eyes and throwing a dart at a map to just see where they end up.
It's like you said, the rich person throw a dart at a map and take vacation. There, so yeah,
perfect. So as Patches puts a map up on the wall and throws a dart at it, give me a D100 to see where the dart hits.
Okay.
13. Okay. I have a table here that I can send you if you want to make sure I'm being above board. But on a 13, you end up sending the twins to Spyrus, to Boss's homeland, off to the southwest. So from Cherry Falls, they board a ship. Boss had recommended Punch Bahanan, and they make their way down down to Spyrus, to Boss's homeland.
Perfect.
And we'll re-meet with them eventually, probably.
If it goes well, then I will definitely say that I planned it exactly like that.
Exactly.
It's perfect.
And if you can go get everybody else to rejoin the table.
Okay.
All right, welcome back to the rest of the table. We jump back into where we were. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. You're bleary-eyed and tired once the adrenaline finally wears off. Boss, you had something you wanted to do.
Yeah, immediately I realize that I am in the bow of a ship, and everything sucks in around him.
Yeah, Boss, as you look around the ship, kind of like you had enough adrenaline going on to not really go inward, but as you stand down here at the bow, you see that the light shining in from the cargo door above you shines down on the floor, and there's a bit of a shifting pattern on the floor, and all of a sudden you are in the belly of a ship. Your little brother and little sister seated next to you. Your father's staff between your legs, shining light on the wall opposite you. Your sister looking at you with tears in her eyes and saying, "Why do you have Dad's staff, Boss?"
And as I fade out, it says, "You know why." And it fades back to me here, and with a massive panic, I cast airlift and throw myself back to the top of the ship.
You end up depositing yourself back on the top deck right next to Ghost.
I think I run to the side and vomit.
Yeah, you lean over the edge of the boat and vomit off the side. The boat is kind of like slowed to a drift as Henry has also run downstairs to see what all the commotion is.
From there, I fall to my knees and start to weep.
Yeah. As you were sort of heaving over the side, I think Drake's not back yet, so come back to that scene when Drake gets back.
He went to Burger King.
He went to Burger King really quick. He thought the Patches thing would take a lot longer, so he went to get himself a Whopper.
I love that.
I also thought it was going to take a lot longer. I've been muted, listening to Spotify, not paying attention to you guys.
I get that. You didn't miss that much. After you guys explain to Gil what has happened, he looks around. He looks at Jahaira, at the Robin. You see that Claff Bodermacken runs in here and is busying himself trying to fix the bullet hole that went into the side of the boat and tidy up the mess that's happened in here. Jahaira looks to Gil and says, "I am so sorry. It is, I know it's a custom to give safe passage to a Robin house and tend to them. I brought terrible trouble to your crew. I'm so sorry." Gil says, I guess it's all right. I don't really know what to say. Everyone's okay. No one's hurt. It looks like, and he kind of looks around and sees Jahaira's a little wounded. She has like a cut in her shoulder from that chain, but none of you guys were hurt. He says in the boat, and he looks at Claff and says, "I mean, any damage to the boat looks pretty superficial. Not like anything Thank you for your apology, but accepted and forgiven and not necessary. It's all right. He takes his hat off again. She smiles at him. He says, "Well, I guess I better go get a few more winks before morning if I can fall back asleep." Get a lot of kind of buzzing. There's a shout from upstairs that says, "It's not breakfast time yet!" From Lusa, who never left her cot. Gil goes back upstairs, heads to bed. Claff busies himself fixing the minor little superficial damages that happened to the boat from this little scuffle. Henry goes back to the helm.
Is it wrong for me to think that Gil's bald?
He's definitely bald, even though he is a seagull.
He takes his cap off. It's just the horseshoe.
Were he a human,
seagull.
he'd for sure be bald, yeah. And I'm so glad that he's giving bald energy to you when he talks and stuff. Bird returns to the engine room, Henry returns to the helm, the crew kind of returns slow, shaky, and a little bit adrenaline loaded. Some of them probably can't fall back asleep at this time. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and the sun is already kind of starting to appear on the eastern horizon, so some people just stay awake at this point. Cadence, you had something you wish to do.
Yes, once everyone kind of returns to their normal positions or goes to bed, I will turn to Jahira, because I'm still out there.
Yeah, I'll just ask real quick. Marble and Bones, I think you're the one that's still kind of down here. Well, I guess Morisco too. Marble, Bones, Morisco, do you guys sort of remain around, or do you guys go back to your beds?
I mean, I'll probably linger for a bit, but if it does seem that, like, I don't know. I don't know what Jahira wants to do, but I feel like
Yeah, she looks like she's coming down from a lot. You don't think she's going to... Well, she doesn't need to sleep anyway. But she also looks... She still looks like kind of tired with bags under her eyes, like she didn't trance. So you now know that she's an elf and needs to trance for a few hours to get rest, but she looks like maybe she's not going to be able to do that tonight after everything. So she is just kind of sitting. She eventually moves to just kind of sitting next to the coffin, a hand sort of down in there, now holding Baba's physical hands, now that the coffin is broken open.
Before either of you speak, for what it's worth, I will look to both of you and just say, go to bed, I have this.
Okay. Before Bones leaves, he does have one last question. Is it,
Yeah.
Would you have done this if this was not somebody important to you? If it was some other spirit?
She is not used to having to hide her facial expressions. I'm asking she does it for her. You see a look written on her face of sort of like guilt and dishonesty. And she says, "I have denied this mercy to dozens of people that have asked for it. I am a hypocrite." And she looks at you.
Sometimes it takes being stabbed personally to understand that everyone around you is somebody's family. And then Bones will just kind of walk off.
Marvel.
I will give Cadence and Jahar their space.
Okay. You head back to bed again. You were already up for your night shift before all this. It's 4 a.m. and you haven't gone to bed yet. Oh, gee, you slept for a little bit in between there, so you got a little bit of sleep, but you definitely are due for more. You're going to end up with some exhaustion.
Yeah.
Bones returns to bed. Morisco, I assume, returns probably to bed. I'll come to you in just a second, Morisco, to see if you do anything besides return to bed, but for now, we'll stay on Cadence and Jahira down there in the cargo deck.
I will take a seat next to the withered casket,
Yeah.
and I'll turn to Jahira. Jahira, how about you take a rest for a minute?
I don't know that I could,
You can.
give me a persuasion check.
That's gonna be a 19 total.
Okay. And a 19, she says, "You're kind.
No. I'm not kind, but I understand. You deserve a rest.
She nods. I'll try. And she kind of just sits, still staying close. She just kind of sits over with her back kind of to these crates, still facing the coffin. She sits and crosses her legs and sits kind of in a lotus position, her hands in her lap, and you watch her eyes just kind of roll back into her head, and there's just a bit of a very, very, very kind of dim, almost imperceptible kind of pink glow to her eyes as for the next 4 hours she goes into her like elf trance.
And I will take an exhaustion, and I'll stay awake all night and watch the casket for her.
Yeah, you sit by this cracked casket with this rotted wood in the top of it and see inside the corpse of an orc with copper coins over his eyes. Again, I described it, I don't care if you saw it earlier, but wearing the same Robin outfit. He's wearing the black robes of a Robin. He has the little pink ceramic apple blossom pin on his neck. He has the wolf mask on his chest. He's fully another Robin. He looks old, past old into elderly. He looks like he may be in his 70s even. An old man, gray eyebrows, partially covered by the copper coins. You sit with your back to the wall next to this coffin. By morning, as you sort of force yourself to keep your eyes open, when the prime zenith washes over you, you are magically restored in terms of hit points and magic and so forth, but you are physically exhausted and do take a level of exhaustion. Meanwhile, Boss, above deck, after having vomited over the edge. Drade, are you back with us?
Yes.
Great. You see Boss emerge from below deck on a gust of wind, propelled out with a look of panic on his face, vomit over the edge of the boat into the water, and fall down and begin sobbing.
I go over and place a hand on his back.
I'm just weeping. I don't know if there's anything to say at this point, unless you have something to say. I don't have anything to say.
Yeah. I think he kind of gets up behind you and just puts all his arms around you and just like leans in, just as a like comforting weight.
Okay. Yeah. I think that slows the tempest. You know, it definitely helps to break up the sobs, and the breathing goes a little lighter, and eventually I just reach up and with my right hand I grab your arm and kind of just squeeze on it a little bit and kind of give that like little double squeeze, like I'm okay, you know?
Yeah.
And stand up and look at you in the eye and put my hand on your shoulder. I just kind of give the slow blink, and then I don't really think I have anything else I can say this time. So I just walk back to the bow and say, follow me.
All right. Oh, follow behind.
We were about to, I'm now realizing we're about to experience a prime zenith. I've never seen a sunrise on a ship, let alone a zenith during the sunrise on the ship. Would you watch this with me?
Of course.
And I reach down and take your hand, and I want to not talk, if you kind of get that vibe.
Yeah.
And just stare straight ahead, or not straight ahead, but off to the side of the boat that, you know, we'll be witnessing this sunrise from.
Off to the east, kind of off the starboard side of the boat. You can see off in the far distance the sort of land, the continent of Ocassus that you are traveling past. And beyond that, you begin to see what, on its own, irrespective of any magic or any fantastical worlds that we explore with this game, is a view that is gorgeous almost beyond description. The sun rising over land on the distance, over the ocean, the way the water reflects the sunrise, stretching long over the waves. And then as the sun begins to crest, you begin to see these sort of fractal green sort of geometric patterns lifting off the surface of the waves. There's kind of a green bluish haze over everything, even kind of around the sun is like a corona of blue-green. As the prime zenith washes over you, you feel surges of power to your body, to your magic. You guys get the benefits of a long rest. You regain all of your hit points. You regain a short rest with the mana, as always, all of your long rest resources. And as that's going on, Neo, Mauricio, you got something?
Yeah, I do. So, thinking of his own mentor and the harsh reality of time and age, Mauricio gets a little homesick, I think. He starts heading upstairs, and thinking about just tossing and turning in the hammock sounds awful. So I think he sits over here for a minute. then remembers that there's a full kitchen with a magic cabinets that have whatever you want in them. And he's going to sneak into Luce's kitchen.
So brave.
Sneak into Luce's kitchen.
He's thinking of home. He's thinking of comfort food that he wants to make himself. I don't think he's thinking about the consequences of using Luce's kitchen at the moment. I mean,
You said comfort food for you. What would that be?
specifically, I think I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just going to say what it is in English instead. Cod croquettes, basically. So you have cooked cod that you flake up and then put into dough and then deep fry that.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
croquette. Something that you could prepare, even in the extremely modest sort of
Yeah.
beginnings of your cooking, just with some hot oil on the shore, and just some cod and dough. This is one of the first things you probably prepared for yourself as a lad without a home or a job in Praetor Solterra. You walk into this kitchen, and it is tiny and meager in size, but it's well equipped in terms of the quality of the stuff you see here. You see that the equipment is all very nice, and you open one of the cupboards, and it opens into just a unbelievable array. It's basically like it's arranged like a bunch of lazy Susans that are, the size of jet engine propellers, where you just spin it forever and ever and ever in order to get stuff to the front so that you can get the ingredients you want. There's all the spices you can imagine, fresh ingredients, produce and stuff, and cured meats and fresh meats and vegetables and various flours for baking and just everything that you would ever need to cook in here. Give me a luck check. This is for whether the meal that Lusa is planning for breakfast today is something that she has to get up really early in the morning to start.
Oh boy, okay.
Ooh, that's a bad luck check
Can
right
we
there.
consider this an ability check so I can use favor God by the gods on it, please?
Absolutely not. Thank you so much for asking. Now, also, on the 3 luck check, now please also give me a cook's utensils check.
Okay.
It's not too late for you to recognize the potential blunder you may have made.
Oh, Marisco, please, why are you like this?
Technically not an ability check, but we're going to allow it anyway. Or technically not an ability check, but we're going to allow it anyway here. 22 total. You begin to spin these lazy Susans, and you basically find the spot where Luza has staged the stuff that she needs to make breakfast. She has like a little section of stuff that's ready, and you start to look through at the ingredients. There's sticks of butter, there's some flour, there's some little there's some chorizos, there's buttermilk and lard and stuff for making biscuits. You quickly, on a 22 check, suss out that Lusa is making not just biscuits and gravy, but biscuits and gravy with like a chorizo etouffee gravy, which means that right now it's about 4 a.m. If she's gonna have breakfast right on time, she's gonna have to get up pretty soon and start working on it. You know that you maybe have 15 or 20 minutes before Lusa's gonna be getting up to start breakfast. So I don't know if you want to try to power through making something for yourself in 15 or 20 minutes. And clean
No,
up
I can
yourself
wait.
in that
I
time.
thought it was a little earlier than that.
Bones, I think you at like 5 a.m. or 4:15 a.m. hear the door open and Maurice hustling over to his cot so fast, like he's a kid that got caught with a hand in the cookie jar, or like didn't get caught, a kid that has a cookie from the cookie jar and did not get caught with it.
I think I make eye contact with him from across the sleeping area, and I just give him a look, a facial expression. It says, like, "Really? Did you just now?" And he points out towards the kitchen, like, "Right, just now you did that."
I guess he won't actually say that, but it would just kind of stare with his mouth open and shrug.
He points
Then
over to the left.
He'll probably put a little bit of something in his mouth and get in an ingredient that he took out of the cabinet and get into his hammock.
Yeah.
I think Bones is gonna very sneakily come over there. Are you fucking crazy? She is right there.
cooking.
That's fair. Is it good?
No, I didn't have time to cook. I just realized I gotta get everything together. And I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna be up any minute. So then I had to put it all back.
Okay, you put it all back.
Well, except for this, because I wanted a little bit of something to, because I'm...
Bones and Marisco both give me stealth checks.
This is the cutest D&D ship I've ever been a part of.
24?
24 is great.
And I'm so sorry.
19 is also great.
19?
You hear just a little as Lusa rolls over a little bit in her sleep, about to wake up, but doesn't wake up.
When she makes that noise, she's like,
Makes-
we're fucking.
Briscoe takes his clothes off. Yeah, okay.
Eventually, maybe 5 minutes later, Lusa.
Does she have an alarm?
No, she just has a sense that she needs to wake up and cook breakfast. I'm awake.
It's breakfast time.
I'm awake. Is what she said in a second.
That's how I always start my morning too. Eyes open, I'm awake.
New favorite NPC.
The first hints of gorgeous sunrise shine through the porthole. Lusa's shark eyes, beady black, blink open. She rolls out of her cot, steps so close to Patch's cot. You wake up first thing in the morning to Lusa straight in your face. She says, I hope you like biscuits and gravy.
Kind of like yawn. Like, I mean, sometimes. I hope it is better than the French toast.
Like them sometimes, then I guarantee you'll like them this time.
That is what you have said before. But here we are.
She walks out and slams the door so hard behind you. Gil's like, ah! Wakes up. She goes to the kitchen. I'm going to roll a perception check for Lusa to see if she recognizes that her kitchen's out of order.
Good luck.
She has
It was
advantage.
nice knowing you.
Yeah, did you put the Lazy Susan back to where it was?
We're going to find out with this check. Okay, there's only a 12 on the die. I think that she doesn't quit. I think that's lower than your cook's utensils check. I'm going to count your cook's utensils check as also the check to put the kitchen back in order before you left. So, mercifully, Lusa does not recognize that anyone has been in her kitchen.
Aww. It'd be so much better if she...
Zeke, I was just in the ER for heart problems. You can't do this.
We are 2 for 3 on heists. We have a good record.
And no
2
one...
people died in the other one.
That's true.
As the sun rises, Gil heads up to relieve Henry so he can go down and kind of take a morning nap. Bird is just he's kind of dozing in the engine room since he doesn't have to do fuck all because the Marvel's engine is doing it all. Cadence, it's not until a couple hours after sunrise that Jahaira will eventually come out of her trance. As the next day of travel continues. Before we jump into any scenes you guys want to play out for the day, let's just go ahead and knock out the rolls.
Yeah.
Anyone who's assisting with the travel in some way, give me your checks, which I believe was Marble, Boss, Bones, and Marisco.
What am I adding?
Perception is what you were doing.
Perception. So I got a 25 on that one.
Great. Success.
17.
The dice hate me
17 is a
today.
success for Bone.
24.
24, okay. So Marisco's the only one who doesn't succeed, meaning Gil only gets a +3 instead of a +4 to his check this time. He already has advantage.
That was
Okay, still a very, very good roll. Basically, had you been keeping normal pace, you would have arrived at Grey Cliff tomorrow morning, 24 hours from now. With that check, you will instead arrive kind of in the middle of the night tonight, like midnight. You'll get to Grey Cliff about midnight tonight. So you're
not
on
bad.
another solid day's pace, the more lucky weather and good assistance around the ship, everything in order. You guys will get to Grey Cliff by about midnight. Gil says as much as the kind of midday comes around the middle of the day. He says, all right, making great time. We'll be to Grey Cliff. I was hoping we might make it by sundown as fast as we've been going, but a little slower today. That's all right. We'll get there probably about midnight-ish.
When I get up in the morning, the first thing I'm going to do is see Kate. I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on her.
Okay. Yeah, you walk out and
See that she's real sleepy.
yeah, Cadence, you see his eyes red, bloodshot. Jahaira is still trancing by the time you wake up.
look tired. Here, let me.
I'm fine.
and I'll like just put a hand on your shoulder, and I'll just put some soothing magic into you.
Cadence, you feel the weariness of your eyes and of your body kind of fade from you. You feel like you've just woken up from a good night's sleep in terms of your energy level.
You didn't have. Thank you.
Of course, I'm going to go fuck around in the engine room.
All right. Have fun.
You head upstairs and join Bird in the engine room. After a little while, Lusa presents plates of gorgeous chorizo etouffee, gravy-covered biscuits, big and hearty. Oh, let's roll her cooks utensils check.
Iron Chef Patches.
Bad. These are only an 18. This roll's only 18 to make these biscuits and gravy, which is, you know.
I vomit the moment I eat them.
It's almost a natural 20. I vomit.
Briscoe's been cooking for us for like a month now.
Yeah,
It's true. I've reflected you forever.
Yeah, like wait for her to like see that I'm eating them,
Yeah.
and I'll take a bite and then still. Even I could make better than this.
Oh my.
You see the veins on the side of her neck are throbbing.
I'll eat like one biscuit because I assume it's like one that's like split in half, so I'll eat like half of it, and then I'll just kind of push the plate in front of me. I think I'm a fola.
Every muscle in her body simultaneously tenses. You hear the sound of 3 separate rows of teeth grinding. She turns, picks your plate up, steps into the kitchen, closes the door gently behind her, and then from behind the door you just hear and a shattering of glass. And she's not shattering glass, it's a splash as she throws the plate out the window into the ocean. The whole plate. The whole plate. Biscuits and everything. The day's travel continues into the day. At some point, when she's through with her trance, when she's through with her trance, Jahaira, her eyes kind of roll back down into their natural positions. She looks to you, Cadence, and says, "Thank you. Thank you again.
You should go get some breakfast.
Yeah, I think I should." She stands up and stretches, and you see that a impulse comes over her before she goes to face people to pull her hood up and put her mask up, and she kind of thinks twice of it, holds the mask in her hand for a second, and just kind of shrugs and sets it back down. Says, I guess there's no sense in that, at least yet.
We're all friends here, Robin.
Yeah. And she just kind of takes a couple of steps up the stairs to go get her breakfast. You're left alone for a moment with the body. Cloth has moved on to other things at this point. Anyone want to... Boss, you've been hand raised for a minute.
I just had a question.
Yeah.
We're pulling in later at like midnight.
Yeah, probably so.
To Greycliff?
Great Cliff.
Yes.
So
Is
let me
this a
pull
port that are we able to port at midnight, or do we have to anchor offshore until morning?
You will be able to make port. Yeah. Gil will say, yeah, it's not a big port town, but there'll be somebody at the docks to sort of fill out the paperwork at least, and especially it won't be too big of a deal because we don't have any cargo or anything to drop off. It might be a different story if we had to get any cargo, but we're just dropping off our friend the Robin.
Will you be disembarking from the ship at midnight, or you stay with ship?
That's a good question. I suppose it. Well, let's talk about that actually. And he kind of this will be a conversation, I guess, to have with the whole party at some point during the day today. You say, when we get to Greycliff, I don't know who all has business in Greycliff other than our friend. And he looks to Jahaira. As far as I'm concerned, we can just keep on going now that we're able to travel this. I haven't gotten used to this thing with the engine. Bert was telling me we can travel all night now. So anyway, I'm talking too much. It's up to you all, I suppose. We can keep going. We can stay. Truth is, I maybe wouldn't mind stretching my legs a little bit, but if you're all in a hurry,
I just would say that I would like to at least buy a few provisions, find furs if we were going further north. It's been getting colder and colder, and I believe we might need proper wares for the northern region.
Yeah, Bird will say, yeah, if y'all aren't suited up for North Kohan yet, you definitely want to stock up in Greycliff. Get yourself a good coat, some good boots.
I've never been this far north. Have you? Looking around at the group.
I don't think anyone in this group has been this far north before. Bird says, Henry will say it. Yeah, we've gone up there a few times. We don't go often. It fucking sucks. And Gil says, language. Henry says, it freaking sucks. But yeah, I mean, you don't need it unless you're planning on camping in the snow or something stupid.
We don't know.
Yeah, if you're just going to be outside, just, bundle up. Common sense stuff. Maybe a scarf.
Yeah, a scarf.
Um,
Thank you. This is all I need while we're in Greycliff.
Yep. So, yeah, it sounds like maybe when we get there, the trouble is I don't know how many stores are going to be open at midnight to sell you clothes and stuff, so maybe
This is why I wondered about the morning times.
maybe we just spend the night in Greycliff. Jahira will chime in and say, Baba's son lives in Greycliff. That is who I'm returning him to. He, I'm sure, would be happy to host you all for a night, especially if I tell him. Well, let me back up. I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have accomplished what I set out to do without all of your help. I owe you more gratitude than I can offer, but I'm happy to offer as much as I can when we get to Greycliff.
I hope you know that my reaction and response was not intentionally against you.
She shakes her head. She says, you all would have been well within your rights to do what you originally said, to not intervene. It was, frankly, foolish to intervene. You all did a dangerous thing for a stranger. I have not even the slightest ill will for what happened, or for anything that was said. So, the day's travels continue with the plans to sort of maybe spend the night in Greycliff when you get there tonight around midnight. Anyone have little scenes they want to do over the course of the day, or do we want to just fast forward through the day's travel? Marvel, you got something?
I got some crafting to do.
Oh yeah, you little crafting do. Give me your crafting check.
I got a 23, but I'm going to try doing my artisan
Maneuver. Cool.
3. So I got
Exactly what you needed. Nice.
I'll probably work on a few other things while I'm at it, but one of the things I'm going to make is a thermal cube, and I'll bring it over to Nathul.
Tell me what it looks like. What's your thermal cube look like?
Very steampunky. It's like very brassy, sharp corners with some filigree. It's the inside of it is the center of it is like a glass orb, and it just looks like there's just like a flickering flame inside of it. And it just kind of like radiates heat. You can see kind of like the mirage around it.
Yeah. It's very warm in your hands, Ghost, and you can see that there's like a button that can be pushed on it that will, Marvel explains, create, I think, a 10-foot area, 15-foot area. So it creates a big area where
it's like
where it's
95 degrees.
Yeah. Hot and cozy inside of this area while it's active.
Here, this should help.
This is lovely. I suppose I won't need the winter clothing now.
You still should. This will just make it easier, but just in case.
Just in case, I will be sure to pick up some, but thank you. This feels like home.
Yeah.
Lovely. The day continues on. You guys move across the coast of Kohan, officially crossing, though you can't see them from your position way out a sea, the Wakani Mountains, which separate Kohan from North Kohan, passing through this little channel around the evening, around sundown. Moving towards only a couple hours away from Greycliff.
Do we see whales in the channel?
Give me a perception check.
I'd love to see whales. Nah, 20 for 30.
So many whales.
Do we see a
Boss is just elated with joy.
Yeah.
And like calves, and like they're all just like breaching and jumping around.
Hell yeah. You see whales on whales.
That just made me the happiest boy of all time.
Love that.
He goes around. I don't see him. Like right there.
Boss points out the whales to you. You can see them once he points them out. They're a little bit far from the boat, so you have to look through Boss's lens to see them. And unless people have other business.
I have to have a conversation about my relationship with someone. I probably should start with Bones, because Bones is the one who's been checking up on me. For this, though, I'm definitely going to be doing some pulse code stuff, just because, first off, it's a little awkward, and second off, it's just so much easier to talk about.
Sure.
So he'll, like, kind of, like, probably hold it up to you, and then kind of just, like, point over to, like, I don't know, some privater part of the ship.
Yeah. Work off to the side.
Yeah. Like, okay, I think I might need some advice. I don't know what I'm doing relationshiply.
Okay. I will do my best. I will try my best. We should. What is happening?
Something was wrong with her last night before everything went down. When I got back from helming.
Okay.
And I don't think I handled it very well.
Okay.
When I tried to ask her what was wrong, something was clearly wrong. She got kind of defensive, which I guess I kind of get. I don't know. She's never really been super open. And I don't know.
I am going to offer the best advice that I can give, which is this. I've never pursued relationships with people who like secrets, and so I do not have a lot of advice for dealing with people who are not communicative. I think that perhaps you may want to speak to somebody who's more familiar with the society of secrecy.
I thought about talking to Patches, but there's like a 50% chance he might just fuck me over for the laugh of it.
Maybe.
Because
but on
I
the
did
other-
kind of get him in trouble with the gang he works for.
That is true. But if on the other 50%, I think he might be a god.
Yeah.
And he seems very wise. He's adapted well. When I asked him to watch the friendly fire, he developed new magical techniques that allow him to heal with the same flames that harm. It may be worth talking to him. He certainly knows how to deal with secrets.
His fireball did not heal you.
Does he know magic well enough to know that?
He knows magic pretty well, and he just saw it happen.
No.
Like in gameplay terms, your triage, your swift triage thing is a reaction, meaning it has to happen after the other thing happens. So
Yeah.
the first thing that happens is fireball, and then the healing.
Yeah, then I think you healed, and then I think you like did a patch up or something.
Yeah, so she blew up and then healed him, but it was all really, really
Yeah,
fast.
so I explained that situation. So, yeah.
Oh, so it was two separate spells.
Yes. I mean, he still got you up.
He still got me up.
Which is progress.
It's progress. Either way, I can assure you that he is more familiar with dealing with secretive people than I am. My answer to if my partner was being secretive, I don't know how I would handle that. I would also be looking for help. But I know that secretive people are a different breed. Sometimes maybe they are being less talkative because they want to see if you know the truth already. Maybe it is because they just are not ready to talk about it and they need time to simmer on their own. But these are all questions that I cannot answer for you. I don't know Cadence very well. You should talk to Patches. He seems versed.
Yeah.
Do you think he's seeing anyone?
I don't know. Was he flirting with? What's her name?
Is that what that is?
I don't know.
I've noticed that there is like.
I
kind of
mean,
there's something.
I
going
saw
on
some.
between
There was
the two of
something.
them.
There's some chemistry there. I don't know if
Absolutely, and I know that you like to be injured, so maybe.
it was. Okay. Well, I have no comment.
Do you like to be injured?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe like a little.
Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe he likes to be injured, but like in a much more life-threatening way. I do see the appeal for the record. There is something that happens in the pit of my belly when she yells at him and vice versa that I interpret as like sort of a primal fear for my own safety, but perhaps he interprets as like an arousal.
He doesn't really seem afraid of her.
That's what I'm saying. I think maybe he's into it. You should talk to him. I can't answer any of these questions for you.
Okay.
I'll be here to support you, but I think right now the best way that I can support you is by not bullshitting you with hot air. I don't know the
Yeah.
answer to this.
Okay. I guess I'll go find Patches. Bones is welcome to come with
I'll come
if
with.
you
This
want.
sounds fun. Yeah.
I think it also might help with the talking problem.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Patches is. Where's Patches? I assume with his jar of dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jar of dirt.
Keeping the boat safe.
Keeping the boat safe. Jar of dirt. It's worked really well. You find Patches standing on top of the helm on this sort of like platform overlooking.
Hey, Patches.
That's me.
Can I get some help?
I mean,
Advice?
what
My girlfriend?
what seems to be the problem?
I don't know.
I feel like that is the first part of this.
Yeah.
I don't know, then I don't know if I can help.
Well, she's just very secretive.
You know her line of work and all of that, so secrecy is just it's a package deal.
Yeah, and we figured that since you and the same line, you might know something.
I mean, this is true. I will have to think about it. I have seen quite a few lover movies before, so.
I figured.
And maybe once I get to my Honda Odyssey back, I catch up on what's that called? A Sex in the City, and I get you some good tips.
Oh, I was hoping for something sooner.
I mean, I hope I get my Odyssey sooner too, but we can all dream.
Have you been in a relationship before, Patches?
I did.
This feels like one that you don't necessarily have to think about.
It depends on what you consider a relationship.
All right. That's okay. There's no judgment at all. You just seem worldly. I had kind of thought that maybe you had. The question he's having, he tried to talk to her, and she made it sound like she did not want to talk about it. What do you do in that scenario?
This is harder to say. I mean, with a woman like that, it's a tough to know exactly how to approach it. Have you ever tried being a blunt with her?
If anything, she's the person I've been most blunt with, because I can.
Okay, but I mean a blunt and not like a you a blunt. You know, have a couple of glasses of whiskey and get some confidence and say what you want to say.
Better, yes. Let's get some alcohol under that. In me, that'll
That
go.
always solves every relationship a problem. Every movie I've seen with that, it always helps and nothing ever goes wrong.
Right.
In these movies that you've seen from the future where things are wonderful, what do they say about threesomes?
Patches, give me a history check and apply your movie lore. History check.
Depends if we're talking about laptop movies or films.
Who knows?
18.
Okay. When you were in the Honda Odyssey, traveling between universes, driving on paths woven of starlight, watching DVDs, your father Tamarius Grimm, offered you a selection of DVDs, and there were many to choose from. But he had a really complicated setup that you had to use to plug a VHS into sort of a converter into the van's TV, so you could watch VHSs in there, so that you could watch the full seasons of Three's Company on VHS in the Honda Odyssey. So you're pretty sure it's the closest thing to a threesome you can think of in the movies you watched.
So does Patches think that as a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know what Patches thinks of it. He's just seen Three's Company.
Have you?
There's no way to
watch that
I've
show?
never seen
Right.
Okay, so
everyone at this table's old.
Three's Company is about a gay man
I have-
living with two attractive women. Yeah. It's a sitcom from the 90s.
But it's ambiguously gay.
Yeah, it's not clear that he's gay, but it's pretty.
Oh,
obvious
it's
he's gay.
not clear at all.
There were no useful lessons in Three's Company.
No.
Sorry, I was daydreaming a little bit. What was your question again?
That's
Something
all
about
right.
the threesomes? or
Yeah,
something?
I was curious if you had experience with them, or if you knew anything about them.
Okay, I feel like that was a different question
It's
than
not
what
the
you asked.
two of us. It's for another. It's another.
Okay, wait, so you're asking about the somebody else as a threesome.
Well, I would be one of the three, but not with either of you.
Okay, but you said it wasn't a you, or do you mean not the you and the you?
I'm
and,
interested in having a threesome, but I don't know if it's a good idea.
Okay, with the who?
I'm not going to answer.
I feel like if you ask a question, I ask a question, and I help us.
I'm realizing now that I'm the secretive one, and I suddenly understand. Marvel, I think that if they say that they don't want to talk about it, it's best to just respect that and give them a little bit of time to organize their thoughts.
Oh wait, does this mean that the? I get it now. It's because he doesn't want a threesome, and so since Cadence is being a secretive, that means she wants a threesome. So okay, it all makes sense now.
So I should go ask her, hey, who should we have a threesome with?
I think that's what.
I think that's what you should do.
Thanks, Patches. You've been very helpful.
Of course, sir. And if you want to try that, the whiskey thing out there, we can try that too. Kind of because I want to be there and see what happens.
Hearing you say that makes me think that you're just trying to fuck with me.
No.
I'm not rolling insight.
No.
It's about this time that off in the distance you can see the first signs of a lighthouse that Gil starts piloting towards. As it's like 11 p.m. or so. The lighthouse of Greycliff is off in the distance, far off on the horizon, are towering, as the town is named for, big, tall, gray cliffs, and kind of off to the east you can see big kind of cliffs of Dover-ish, looking like tall gray and white cliffs.
Oh, beautiful.
Marble will. Well, you've given me a lot to think about, and he'll just go back to the cabin and probably just lay on the bed and just kind of think.
Yeah.
As he's like walking away, I kind of like say out loud to myself, like,
Oh, you know who he reminds me of? It's like a donkey and the dragon in the Shrek. What's a good movie? If I was a donkey, I would do it too.
When we step out the front door, I put a hand on Marble's shoulder. I really hope that helped you because it didn't help me at all.
I think it told me not to get drunk.
For what it's worth, half a drink does sometimes help people to be more open with each other.
She really doesn't drink.
Then don't make her.
And neither do I.
That's okay. There are other ways to find courage.
Yeah. But he'll go downstairs. I don't know if Cadence is still at attention with the corpse.
It's been all day. I don't know what Cadence says over the course of the day. I assume you...
Well, I've got bad news. I also have to find bones.
Is it also to talk to him about you?
uh-oh, threesome time.
Who could say?
All right.
At some point during the day, Cadence can find bones for a conversation.
But for the record, I will spend as long until Jahaira is ready. I will stay with the corpse,
Yeah, after she eats breakfast, she comes out, and honestly, she just sits, like, she's got nothing else to do, and she seems actually, like, kind of comforted to just sit with the Baba's body for the rest of the day. So.
I will look to Jahaira at whatever point that is.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Whew, big question, but yes, in the immediate sense, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for staying with him.
No, don't thank me. That's what people should do.
We should still thank people for the things that they should do if they do them. A lot of people don't do the things they should.
No, I agree with that. That's why we should thank them for doing it.
Well, nonetheless, thank you.
I'll stand up, and I don't know if I've introduced myself to her before, but I'll put my hand out and just be like, Jahaira, was it?
Yes, Jahaira.
Cadence.
Nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you, too.
She kind of looks down at her mask. She looks to you, and as you're about to leave, she says, when we get to Greycliff, she looks down at the mask again and says, when I return Baba to his son, I don't want him to know that I've lost my right to... Will you not tell him about what's happened?
You haven't lost anything.
Still.
If there was something to say, I would say it.
And you eventually head up to find Bones. We'll say you kind of end up finding him maybe in his quarters at some point playing oboe. So that you can have a private talk with him.
Bones.
Yes. Hi.
I have an awkward question to ask you, I guess.
I've had a couple of those today. What is it?
I think I'm losing Marble.
What makes you think that?
Nothing that you are responsible for. Just... I know you, and I know me, and we both know he is probably better than either of us, realistically. And for whatever reason, he has attached himself to me. And I don't know what to do with it, and I don't find it off-putting. You intrigue me. You and I would be friends, I think, despite him. And I guess I'm asking for your advice.
Do you enjoy being in a relationship with him?
I do.
But it is difficult because you two are very different.
It's not because we're different. I've been with people who are different. He doesn't deserve me.
Does that motivate you to become something he deserves?
No.
He enjoys being in a relationship with you. He is confused. He is scared.
Naive.
He is naive. But he's not unhappy. He's just trying to find the right way to connect. I don't think you are losing him because he is losing interest in you. He is just scared. He is just trying to figure you out, and you are a very secretive and complicated person. I barely know you. It is up to you if you choose to let him know you, but if you intend to let him know you, you must let him know you. And I know that that is not your way. He and I are similar. We crave the information about how a thing works because that is how we work with things. We are not good at reading between the lines. We are not good at seeing in the shadows. This dance that a lot of people play does not work for us. If you enjoy being with him and want to make it work, you have to spell things out for him, and you can trust him not to share them. He can keep a secret, but he cannot discern them. Are you willing to let him know you?
What if I've hurt him in a way that he doesn't know yet?
You've already done this, or you're afraid of doing this?
No. And she won't look you in the eyes. No, it's done. I've done it.
Then you either need to explain the way that you've hurt him to him and see how he feels about it, or you need to cut ties immediately before you hurt my friend more. And I would prefer the former. I like you a lot, Cadence. It has been my experience that many frustrations are solved so quickly when people just begin to speak to each other. And I know that that is very, very frightening for you because you've lived your life afraid of the light, afraid of speech, afraid of communication, afraid of sticking your neck out of the shadows. Marble is not a dangerous light. You can tell him anything that you want and he will not use it against you even if you become his enemy. What you tell him will remain secret. Even if it is dangerous to him, even if he turns on you.
Sounds like someone born on a light.
Yeah.
There is a sound of a horn from above deck that lets you know that the ship is maybe 10-15 minutes away from making port. It's beginning to slow. Above deck, those who are up there can see Greycliff approaching in the distance as Cadence and Bones are at this point in this conversation.
Do you think that the people who live in the shadow of the beacon deep underground would be better off if they simply knew the truth, rather than being deceived by the ones who have pulled the wool over their eyes?
I think that the brightest light casts the darkest shadow. There's only a certain class of people that see that.
A sweeping beam from a lighthouse sweeps across the porthole and casts long shadows through the room as it moves.
You, Bones, are important to me. I've heard of what you've done, and I've seen what you've done. You're a good person. Keep being the light. Okay?
I can do that. Am I allowed to ask why I'm so important to you? It is not that we are not friends, I just...
No, I understand. She looks away for a long second. You are the better part of me. You are expressive and your word giving. And the world needs that. And I am me. And the world needs me to keep it safe. Marble has been hurt and used in ways that he can't see. He's part of something bigger than himself and more than just what he thinks he is. He's part of something bigger. And he can't see it, but I can.
The door to the room you guys are in opens and Henry walks in to come in here and get ready to drop the anchor. Says, sorry. Can I come in?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
As those above deck see approaching the town of Greycliff, that you don't see this whole town right now, you just see towering gray cliffs with a lighthouse casting long beams of light across the ocean.
Beautiful.
You begin to approach sort of a small harbor. It's not a big city. It's a small town, but it's one of the few sort of harbor outposts here on Western Kohan. So it's populous enough and traveled enough. It's a stop along many people's ways. You guys can feel the boat start to lurch to a stop. Henry goes to drop the anchor. Cadence and Bones, I think your conversation is cut off slightly, unresolved.
I think Bones just kind of, when this all happens, he realizes this is not going to go out. He straightens up a little bit, and he just says, I think you should talk to him. I think that there is a world where light and dark meet and work together towards their ends while remaining themselves, but they must meet to make that happen.
Maybe there's a world where that makes sense, but it's not this one.
We decide what the world looks like tomorrow.
There's a shout from above deck. It says, all right, we're here. We're going to open up the cargo doors down there. Everyone stand aside. And the cargo doors open up. You guys can see that Jahaira has put her mask back on, is in all her accoutrement once again. I assume at some point Cadence has passed on her desire to not have it told to Babatunde's son that she's not a real Robin anymore, or that she's about to have to give up her role as a Robin. Some effort is taken to lower sort of the crane from the dock down to lift the coffin up, and it's placed onto sort of a big cart. And you guys can make your way in to Greycliff if you so wish. It's midnight. There's just like a single harbor master here who like quickly takes down some information. Gil gives him some information and pays him some money. And Jahaira kind of leads you guys through town. She says, Katori won't be asleep, I'm sure. It is late. But I imagine he won't mind us using his hospitality. And she leads you up a bunch of winding sort of switchback paths into this quiet, cozy little town. It is, once again, you're another day north. It is another day colder. Here at midnight on these high cliffs on the border of North Kohan, it is probably 40 degrees or so out here. She walks you through the sleepy streets of this little town. There's no Arcano-tech here. The Industrial Revolution hasn't quite reached this town yet, so all these lamps are lit with fire. Old school sort of torchlight. No street lights to be seen, no trams or trains. And down in the direction of the lighthouse itself, to a little house near the lighthouse. And she knocks on the door. There's a kind of a long delay, and eventually opening the door, you see a young orc man. I say young, he's probably, in his 40s, so not that young, kind of middle-aged orc man. Kind of tousled, wavy black hair, brown skin, tusks from the lower jaw, square jaw, a lot like his father's, like the corpse in the coffin that is being brought behind you. He opens the door and takes a moment to process who he sees. Not really at first even clocking all of you or the crew of the ship. They go and get a room at a hotel, so they're kind of out of your way for the evening. And Jahaira is the one that he notices. And he sees them. He sees the coffin behind. Tears kind of well up in his eyes, and without really having to say anything, he walks over to his father's coffin and just kind of falls, takes a knee near it. Looks not surprised, not for whatever reason. It seems like maybe he knew that his father was dead, or that this day was coming at least. But still, nonetheless, seems to be seeing this for the first time, and just takes a knee. He stays for a moment, and eventually stands, kind of wipes his eyes, says, "Thank you for bringing him back." Jahaira responds, "It is my duty, and doubly so, as your father taught me the ways of our order. We will see to it that his rites are administered in the morning." She looks to all of you and looks back to him and says, "Our journey was arduous and dangerous and longer than expected, and your father would not have arrived here safely without the aid of these travelers." Katori looks to each of you and says, "Thank you. Thank you so much. Come in." And he opens the door and welcomes you guys inside. And you find yourself in a modest little home. Boss, go ahead.
Excuse me, sir. If you do not mind, may I just borrow a couple of furs? I would like to set up camp on the cliffside for myself this evening.
You certainly can, but you're welcome in my home if you wish.
This I appreciate, but I think I need tonight.
Very well. Very well. Come in, please, just for a moment.
Of course.
He will come in and
Do you have any hot water?
I was about to say it. He warms up a pot of hot water and gets you guys blankets and finds places on couches and in a couple of guest rooms and just barely enough space to house you. And makes you all as comfortable as he can for the night. Gets you everything you need to sort of camp on the cliffside overlooking the ocean.
Is there an inn?
There is an inn if you'd rather just go sleep in an inn.
I don't think Cadence is going to sleep on a couch.
That is...
Excuse you.
If anyone chooses to sleep in an inn, that is...
On a couch? I'm sorry, are you poor?
It is 2 marks for a room at a hotel.
I don't feel like I've done enough to help Jahaira to deserve a nicety, so
Sure.
the only thing I can ask for is first so I don't freeze as I try to sleep. I don't feel like I belong inside the house. So it's not really like, oh, I want a cliffside view or whatever. It's like,
you don't feel like you've earned a place in this
yeah,
home.
I'm just gonna go. I didn't help. I'm gonna sleep outside.
A couple of you go get a room in an inn instead, I presume Cadence and Marvel. And it's late. You guys have had a long day. You eventually settle in for sleep, I presume.
I have one thing I would like to do.
Okay.
So whenever Cadence and I get to the room and get all our stuff in there, I'm like, hey, Cadence, can we go out?
Go out. Where?
Just come with me.
Okay.
And Marble will try to take her out somewhere a little more private, maybe like a grassy-ish area.
Yeah, you got to go a little bit outside of town for it. But yeah, you kind of leave town and get off. There's kind of like forested pine areas and just little sort of clearings in the forest too.
They're like, okay, close your eyes.
Oh, okay. What is this?
Don't peek.
I won't.
And he starts getting things set up. You hear the gramophone start playing a little bit. I wanted to give you a flower, but it kind of seemed a little cliche and silly. And then I thought of a bouquet, but then I thought, I don't know what you'd do with that. And a potted plant seemed kind of stupid since we travel a lot. So I got you this. You open your eyes. And surrounding you in like probably like a 20-foot radius is a field of daffodils.
Marble, this is... this is perfect.
I'm glad you like it. Do you, would you dance with me?
Whether there were daffodils or the sewers or the slums or the Underdark or anything, yes, I would dance with you.
Takes your hand and starts dancing. And he waits for a certain part of the song to happen. And then he dips you. And you hear like a... And you look over and he had attached a little firework thing to the gramophone. It shoots off little fireworks. And as they drift down, the pieces kind of look like little daffodil petals until they like just disintegrate around. And he's just staring in your face, smiling.
Do you know that you're too good for the world?
I don't know about that.
I do. And trust me, I know more about the world than you do.
Can I kiss you so I can stop dipping you?
I need this to be so incredibly clear from this point forward. You don't have to ask me.
Okay. Lean in and give you a kiss.
You guys share a wonderful kiss under some fireworks and a daffodil petal or daffodil clearing in the woods.
Then he goes, unfortunately, these daffodils, the magic will only sustain them for maybe another hour. And he pulls out 2 more seeds. He's like, but I thought maybe we could plant some. I don't know. Maybe we could come back one day and there'll be an actual daffodil field.
As you guys plant these daffodils and eventually head back to an inn to sleep. Tired from a long day's travel, cold from walking through the woods. Back at Katori's house, you all find some couches and guest rooms to sleep in other than Boss, who sleeps out on the side.
I will go out with Boss.
Okay, yeah. You go out with Boss, where he's set up just basically a little campsite overlooking the ocean. some furs and such.
I appreciate this, but there is no need for you to stay with me.
Of course there is. And I'll go and I'll push his furs out of the way. Like, don't be ridiculous. And I'll draw a circle in the ground and I'll summon up a tower. And I'll put the thermal cube inside so it's nice and warm.
Oh, this is incredible. What is this?
Marble gave me this device to keep us warm in the once we get a bit further north.
This is quite astonishing. I will say.
It's very nice.
I will say I run hot.
Ayo.
No, is there a way to make ventilation?
Yes. I'll make sure to have a couple of windows and also turn off the thermal cube.
Periodically, and
Yeah, if it gets a little too warm.
I appreciate this. But with that being said, get over here. Cut the black.
Ooh.
You guys enjoy your own romantic evening as Cadence and Marble are planting daffodils in the forest. You guys build yourself a tower on the cliffside and run hot in it for the evening. Eventually morning comes on the 16th now of brightness. You get another short rest worth of resources and health and such. Arrangements are made to perform the burial of Babatunde, Katori's father. They decide essentially to bury Babatunde here on the family home. There's a graveyard nearby, but they would rather just bury him at home. You see up behind their house there is Katori's mother's grave as well. And Babatunde wished to be buried next to his wife at his home. The vibe that you get from Katori interacting with Katori never uses Jahaira's name. He just keeps referring to her as the Robin or as Robin. You get the sense that he doesn't know who she is under the mask. He only knows her as sort of like his father's apprentice. But he's very grateful for all of your help. He feeds you guys. Jahaira kind of shares a little bit of the story of what happened, that she had to sort of protect the father's soul from being taken from the mortal plane into the afterlife for several weeks, and the Shadowkai were not all that cool about it. He's very grateful to all of you for your help.
Just a quick question. So Babe was married. I thought they weren't allowed to have these sort of relationships. The Robins.
So you wouldn't know this necessarily. Ghost would know that they still get married and have families and stuff. It's not like a sort of Catholic priesthood where they're expected to be celibate or anything like that. They are basically with the people that they are serving. They're not meant to form personal relationships with people that they go to serve.
Yeah. So it's like while they're wearing the mask, they can't.
Exactly. Yes. So
Understood. That's my only confusion.
Yep. No, you're good. But Jahaira prepares a bit of a ritual, getting out more of these pink apple blossom petals, making kind of a circle around Baba's body as it's removed from its coffin and kind of laid out in the sort of traditions of Grey Cliff, to before it's buried, combining that with the traditions of the Robins. And eventually, Jahaira takes the coins off the eyes of Baba's body. Go ahead, Marvel.
Yeah, I out of character don't know, but I will offer to, because I know that whenever the coins come off, his spirit can move to cast See Invisible on Katori if he wishes to see his father. I don't know if he'll be able to see and interact at all. But
yeah, it's really and Jahaira would explain as much, that part of the role of a Robin normally in this is to kind of act as an intermediary and pass messages along between, but you can make it so that they can just interact at least visibly. So Katori is very, very grateful for that.
Yeah.
You cast this magic on him and allow him to see his father physically.
Yeah, it lasts an hour, so I don't know. So I'll probably do it right as the coins come off.
Yeah. You see Katori's eyes brim with tears as he sees his father's soul stand and look around and realize his surroundings, looks and sees his wife's grave and his house and his home, and Jahaira, for that matter, his apprentice. They can't physically interact, but they kind of put their hands passing through one another's. Katori is given the chance to say goodbye, to bid farewell, and eventually Baba is laid to rest. Jahaira herself keeps the mask on, keeps the professional demeanor, but underneath, those who are standing close to her can hear gentle sort of tears beneath the mask, behind the mask. And after the sort of funeral is done, Jahaira pulls you guys aside as Katori has kind of like a moment at his father's grave, and says, I once again owe you all my gratitude, so that you can keep your word. She takes the 2 copper coins that were over the eyes of Baba and gives one to Bones and one to Morisco. You know this to be a symbolic gesture. She can go get 2 copper coins anywhere, but it gives you her word that she's not going to keep Baba any longer on this plane, allow him to be taken to the afterlife as is her duty. Inside. Give me an insight check, man. So, seems believable. She seems quite genuine in her emotions. And to demonstrate that gratitude a little bit further, she says, I have been coming to terms with the fact that I will not be a Robin much longer. There are things that I don't need anymore that may serve you well. She reaches into a sort of side belt and produces a little black velvet bag that she pulls open and reaches inside and shows you a little pinch of just very fine pink powder. She says, be cautious with this. It is silt from the banks of the river Styx. It can clear the memory. She gives you a bag with 12 pinches of Styx silt. You use an action to thrust it in a creature's face, forcing it to make an intelligence saving throw. Advantage if you or your allies are fighting it. On a failed save, it magically forgets everything that happened in the last 6 seconds.
Pocket sand.
It then turns in a random direction and walks up to its speed at the start of its next turn. Instead of throwing a single pinch of powder, you can throw it up to 10 pinches at a time, cumulative extra 6 seconds for every 10 seconds you throw. And then she reaches to a dull kind of black-gray crystal that's hanging from just kind of like a string around your neck, like a necklace. This is a moored shard. It requires attunement by a sorcerer, so I think that might be only Morisco.
Yep.
As an action, you can attach it to a tiny object, such as a weapon or a piece of jewelry, and while you're attuned to it, you can use it as a spellcasting focus while you're holding or wearing it. When you use a metamagic option on a spell while you're wearing it, you can momentarily curse one creature that fails its saving throw against the spell, or that you successfully hit with the spell attack using the spell. You choose an ability score, and until the end of your next turn, the creature has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws using that ability score.
That's sick nasty. He clears his throat. Could I study your mask?
I'm afraid I can't let you keep it, but if you'd like to identify or study it for a short time.
Yeah, I think it's an hour to study something.
Time to just identify this mask. It's a pretty simple enchantment. It's just a transmutation. When you speak into it, it turns it into this monotone voice and kind of clouds that actual voice that's happening behind it. But yeah, Jahaira gives you those items. She gives you her gratitude for everything, for helping her get Baba back here, get her mentor back here. And eventually you reconvene with the crew. Make your way back to the ship. Unless you have any further business here in Great Cliff. Oh, you guys spent some time, I think, buying warm clothes.
Yeah, let's go buy some stuff.
If anyone, we'll just really quickly gloss over that. If anyone wants to buy an outfit of like outdooring, cold weather clothes,
snowshoes and whatnot,
a full set of rugged outdoor clothes, including shoes, hat, gloves, coat, everything that you need, is 20 marks. Ooh. That's for full rugged outdoor high quality shit.
Do you think I should buy Briar a coat because she doesn't have one? But she doesn't really need one, but Do I just wait until she needs one to buy her one?
Is she the sort of woman that likes gifts? Is that the way that you show affection to each other?
It is one of the ways, yes.
Then yeah, buy her a coat. Do you know her size?
Okay.
I know that it is, and he like stretches
The
his
big
hands out
one,
real
the
big.
biggest one, probably.
You get an enormous knoll-sized coat for Briar. Not too hard to do. There's actually a fair amount of gnolls and orcs in this part of the world, in Kohan, so...
I'm concerned that we might find ourselves in a place where, like, our magic might not be applicable. We're going to a place that is known as a very holy land. And I don't know what the shrouds or the levels of other magics may be, so I want to prepare ourselves for a natural experience if necessary.
Yeah. It's okay if you don't have the answer for this, like right off the top of your head, Zeke, but going into this, now that he said it, I would love to know what Bones knows about, like, the current state of anti-magic and that sort of thing.
Give me a history check.
Sure. Can I enhance ability myself as I'm, like, thinking? Is that a thing that's...
want to,
okay.
yeah.
Then I will do that. I'll print some mana and re-roll that. And to be more clear, I'm not just looking for the state of it in a Nublar. I would like to know in the state of this world in my practice and military experience.
Sure.
Are there materials that are anti-magic? Are there spells that are anti-magic?
Oh, I see. You're trying to figure... Okay.
I want you to lore dump anti-magic.
I'm sorry, I thought you were
Yeah.
asking, like, legal stances against magic.
Right.
You're asking about... No, so that is
Technology.
Arcana. That's definitely Arcana. then.
Okay, it's the same either way.
Great.
So, 18, and
Okay.
again, that doesn't have to happen right this second. but,
Understood.
yeah.
On an 18, I mean, it's not on your quote-unquote list, but I think you would know that there are spells like anti-magic
yeah.
field and anti-magic... So yeah,
kinda
you're
awesome.
aware that, like... Honestly, like, the easiest thing is your friend Marble is an artificer and can make whatever item he thinks of if he
Right.
has enough time and money and talent to do so. In other words... You can make a magic item to do nearly anything.
Sure.
You know, and likewise, wizards can invent spells to do nearly anything.
I mean, he's talking about an item that shuts down divination magic specifically.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yes, there are certainly ways that magic can be sort of shut down in this world.
Okay. I didn't know if there were like specific materials commonly, like lead or.
Yeah.
emerald
Yes. You
or-
definitely on an 18 know lead is a common material used for anti magic.
Cool.
Absolutely. Definitely a common component for blocking a magic.
Groovy. Cool.
So for these reasons, I'm going to buy my furs and buy flint kits and
Yeah.
these things.
No, that's very reasonable. You cannot always depend on magic. People will deliberately shut it down if they don't want you using it. So yeah.
You guys stock up on all the cold weather gear that you need. Coats. It's Maurice coat. You pick up a giant coat for Briar, knoll-sized, far too big for you.
Could I check? Is there a bookstore?
Oh yeah, there would totally be a bookstore here. Absolutely.
I am out of reading material at this point. We've been traveling much longer than I was kind of expecting to. Would anybody like to come to a bookstore? I need something to do at night.
I would love,
Yeah.
I would love a book as well.
Yes. Of
You
course.
guys all
Yes, why not?
stick together and find a bookstore to go to. It's not a huge, like, library-sized bookstore or anything, but, you know, it's a modest little bookstore with a few books in there. And you can grab some new stuff. Is there anything particular you're looking to read about?
First, I would love to pick up an Iromancy book if there is the one.
Yeah. Give me a luck check. See how much Iromancy stuff they got at this bookstore. 16 is quite good, yes.
Thank God.
On 16, you can absolutely find The Sleepwalker's Almanac by Silas Finch. And then, you know, if you on 16, maybe another book about Oniromancy as well, just some other Oniromancy text. One that's a little bit... The Sleepwalker's Almanac is a little bit less technical and more a... almost biography. It's not quite a biography, but it's one guy's like stories about his adventures and Oniromancy. You can get one that's also a little bit more on the technical side about like the spellcraft of Oniromancy and stuff like that. But yes, you do pick up. We've talked about you buying this book for about 20 sessions of this game so far. You get yourself a copy of the Sleepwalker's Almanac by Silas Finch. You know, after whom you believe the Finch apparatus to be named.
Perfect. And then any other books? I basically just look to the party and say, are there any books that you would recommend? I'm open to pretty much anything.
Relationship advice books, as many as you can find. This party needs them very badly, please.
Right.
Too true.
Yeah. The more expert advice that we can get on this, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
I would like to...
Ghost immediately goes and buys out their entire section. Where are the self-help books?
Right. A book is a mark, so you can kind of book, within reason, you can buy as many books as you want on various subjects for 1 mark a piece.
I'm looking for blank page books. Are there
Just
still
empty
around?
book. Yeah, sure. Yeah, just a blank, a journal here or whatever.
Like I need like 200 page journals.
Yes,
I
definitely.
get like 5 of those.
Yeah, and I'd say that's not quite a mark either. That's like a half mark, so 5 copper.
2.5 total.
So by 5 of those is 2.5 marks. Yep. Yep. Just get a bunch of blank books
Let me
to
go
write.
ahead and get 10. So
Sure,
I'll
yeah,
just
so
do
make
5
that
marks.
5 marks total. Yep.
Are we all going, or are we sending Ghost? Is this
You guys are all together at the book.
Whoever wanted to go could.
Gotcha. Okay.
I assume there's no books on like any Arcanotech or anything.
There might be. Give me an investigation check. Or actually, it's just a luck check for what's there. You can find the books without a roll. You just got to see what's there.
6.
6. There's not no books on Arcanotech, but there's nothing that approaches much of your
The only thing I would
interests.
look up is like anti-divination or just anti-magic.
On a 6, I don't think you find anything that you don't already have access to. You know what I mean? You don't find any like new information on.
Yeah.
on
I guess I'm not trying to look for
or-
information. I guess I'm just trying to find like inspiring things for items.
Sure. Yeah. No. You can absolutely, if you want to buy a book.
Yeah, because obviously, like, I know we're talking about trying to protect ourselves in our dreams. So if there's, I guess, I don't know if maybe there's just, instead of doing no one can scry on us, maybe there's just a item we can make this cheaper that's just protecting dreams.
Potentially, possibly. Look into that potential. Ghost already just bought a book on Aromancy, so that would help you like plant the seeds for just anti-Aromancy. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely an option. We can hash out the details of what that would look like.
Yeah.
But
I know this is exactly what you just looked for. I was also going to look for that. I don't know if I should roll separately.
I think you guys got
roll.
it. I think the book that Ghost found is what you need mostly to plant
Perfect,
seeds for.
excellent. And then he looks for information on threesomes and finds whatever the city offers.
Give me a luck check. Cool.
5.
5. There's just one sort of tawdry romance novel about a threesome that doesn't seem like it's going to be that good for real life
He'll take
advice,
it.
but
That's
it
fine.
is just a threesome
He'll take it.
romance novel.
Yeah.
Perfect. You get stock up on books. Lusa buys a couple new cookbooks.
What does she say to the cashier?
I want to buy these books.
Thank you.
The cashier jumps away from the counter, takes the money, gets the books.
Can I like walk past as she's checking out? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have done that too.
Fuck!
Rips the book in half.
She goes to a market and buys some like local ingredients to put in her cupboards as well. So important to her to impress Patches at some point in this trip.
Oh, I want a book on monsters, or if there's not like monsters specifically, I just want one about a monster.
Yeah, you can find a book here about
Yeah.
regional monsters of kind of Northwest Kohan.
Cool.
Problem.
How far is it from here to where we're going?
Just about to jump out to that. So you guys grab all your books, grab all your clothes, everything, head back to the boat. Board once again. And Gil says, all right, well, from here, we've already gone 2/3 of the way. Ordinarily, we'd have another 2 days to get to Anuvalar, but the pace we've been making, maybe we can shave that down a little bit. Again, if your checks are not very good, as they have been so far, it will take you 2 days to get to Anuvalar. If you roll some very good checks, you could get there appreciably faster, as little as 1 day if you roll very, very good. And if you guys are good with it, I am going to zoom us out to just travel scale, and we're just going to do some rolls to see how quick you get to Anuvalar. So, for the first day of travel, let's get some checks from Marble, Boss, Morisco, and Bones.
23.
23 is a success.
Mauricio, 9.
9 is a
I am just so homesick.
failure, but not quite a crit fail, thankfully.
29?
29 is great.
Yeah, I can make it above 30 if that's gonna help.
You don't need to.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nat 20 for 30 perception.
Beautiful, okay.
I've rolled so many
You
today.
have rolled a lot of those. Okay, so Gil gets a +3 from all of you guys' help. Puts him at 14 plus 9 is 23, plus 3 is 26. So that shaves off 8 hours from the day's travel. So your first day of travel, you get to nightfall and you are 8 hours ahead of schedule. Go ahead and give me checks once again. Another round for the second day of travel. You guys can we'll do the short rest after we all travel.
Well, also, I want to pitch something that started at the beginning of this travel.
Okay.
After we roll this.
Yeah, I should roll these.
15.
15
24.
success. 24 success. 24 success. Okay, so after basically with both of your days of travel, with all the work that you guys do, you get to Anuvalar 16 hours ahead of schedule. You would have arrived on the morning of the 18th. So instead, you arrive on the late afternoon, early evening of the 17th of brightness. So you guys have a day and a half of traveling to Nuvlar. You can mark down another short rest if anyone needs one, or any items need to recharge or anything. I think you've had a lot of rest back to back with all this travel. And then you have a day and a half on the boat. I guess you have some crafting.
I was just roll for
Yeah, go to roll your crafting too. We'll knock that out. Just all this housekeeping. It's downtime.
natural 20 for
Hell
like
yeah.
30, and then a 28.
Okay, great. So you have 2 more full success crafting days that you can go towards whatever you're working on at the moment.
Yep.
keep track
I'll
of
determine
those.
what that's going to be probably between sessions.
Yep, makes sense.
And then they played up at Bones' practicing instruments a lot of that free time.
Yep, practicing instruments. So yeah, with another day and a half on the boat, if there's any little scenes you guys want to play out before you get to Nuvlar, you're welcome to. And Boss, you had something right when you guys leave. Great.
Yeah, before we left. So I bought these journals. I like to take Ghost off to the side.
Yeah.
So I am now realizing that I have maybe been a little bit irresponsible. In fact, I'm feeling quite ashamed about the irresponsibility of Holden, and I'm wondering if you might help me with the task.
Of course. What can I do?
In my possession, I hold the original true Vox Ethereum.
Yes.
And as I know, a lot of the proper copies of this have been destroyed, and I just purchased a number of journals, blank page journals, and I hope that maybe we could sit side by side at a desk and try to copy as many as we can.
You want me to help you transcribe the original Vox Ethereum?
We're going to a place that I don't know and don't trust, and I'm realizing that I've been irresponsible and not having done this already.
Ghost takes both of your hands and says, "You have no idea. This could possibly be the greatest honor of my academic career."
Then let's start immediately, yes?
Yes, please.
Two nerds.
The most excited Ghost has been.
Let's just don't rush, but when you're done with page, if before me, give me time and vice versa, yes? We have to do this proper.
Not going to require any rolls. You guys have plenty of time to work on this. You guys go about the work of, honestly, a bit of a lost art. We're in the era of the printing press, typewriters, so like transcribing a book by hand into a blank book is, something that was done by the forebears of both of you in the Citadel of Hallowhive and at the Scriptorium Vox Ethereum, but still kind of a noble pursuit, especially in the context in which you do it. By the time you have arrived at Nuvlar, the Vox Ethereum has a couple more copies transcribed down. Over the course of the day and a half of travel, you move towards, you're not quite Arctic, but you are very far north. You are kind of northern Alaska kind of equivalent. During the day at the sea, your sort of high temperatures at midday are in the mid to low 40s. Overnight, you're dropping into single digits to teens. It is now getting to the point where staying outside overnight may cause you physical harm. Fortunately, you have your thermal cube that keeps you warm through the night, even as you do stay above deck, so that you are not harmed by the travel. Ghost, on one of the nights that you and Boss are above deck overnight while he is asleep, you startle because something has touched the back of your neck, and you reach, and the back of your neck is a little bit wet, and you look up and see that there are tiny little white flakes dripping out of the sky, cascading down. You see snow for the first time.
Oh, wow.
It can barely make it to your thermal cube and kind of melts into rain by the time it gets to your body. But you look around and see snow. You see snow for the first time on the ocean, a wild place to see it.
Boss, wake up.
Yes. Yes.
What's happening?
What's the I'm sorry. Are we talking? Wait, what? These the snow. This is snow. Water freezes in some certain patterns and it falls from sky. It's actually quite beautiful. Turn off the cube. I throw a cloak around you, but turn off the cube. Trust me.
All right, don't turn off the cube and snuggling close to boss.
And I try to catch snowflakes in my hand. Like, do you see the patterns?
You turn the cube off. 10 or 11 degrees is really, really, really cold, and it's a wild experience to go from 95 degrees to 10 degrees
I didn't
instantly
think
when you turn
95?
Yeah, the thermal cube is 95 degrees. Holy plummet. We'll say that it kind of eases the temperature down, but it still happens pretty quickly. You go from like a hot indoor, like a hot sauna to outside. Yeah, you step out of the hot yoga place and into the winter
I
outside.
didn't clock 95.
Yeah, it's 95.
Yeah, it's very hot. It's not just
I
warm,
thought it was
it's
like
hot.
70.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah, so wrap you thicken first.
But you, Ghost, you do feel now for the first time air that is so cold that it will kill you. It would take days to do so, but you will die if you stay in this temperature for too long.
Not days.
Maybe not days. Maybe not
Hours?
days.
Dry cream, maybe?
Minutes, maybe?
But you do catch a little.
I'm gonna have a cold by the end of this, but it's worth
for
it.
sure. At Boss's suggestion, you put your hand out and catch a snowflake and look at it very closely and do see these delicate little patterns in it before it melts against your skin.
You are shaking immediately. Turn the cube back on.
It's very cold.
Yes, turn it on. But do you understand why I'm now afraid that, like, if the cube fails, why we must have warmth?
Oh, yes. I'm pretty sure that these furs aren't going to do a whole hell of a lot. Oh, goodness, that's frigid.
Turn it back on.
People live here.
Yes, all the time. Every day.
What horrible reason would it possess anybody to live out here?
Some people would ask the same about the heat.
Bones, go ahead.
There's a point where we're just on deck or whatever, and he's like looking around and he sees Marble over there and Patches over there and Cadence over there and Ghost over there and Boss over there, and he just kind of leans over to Morisco and is like, you need to give everyone on the ship a relation. You are the only person here who I think has been in a successful relationship. I think you need to talk to every person here. Also,
Wait, everyone is having relationship problems?
Almost.
Is that what you guys were talking about up top with Patches? You talked to
it
Patches before you talked to me.
Well, I thought it might be.
Is Patches engaged to anybody that you know of?
No, I asked him that. He said no, but it depends on your definition of a relationship, which I interpreted as no.
This is the guy that was asking for a threesome.
That's not. I wasn't asking him if I could. I wasn't. That's not what I meant. I was just asking if he knew about threesomes.
Who's asking for a threesome? Bird walks out shirtless, stretches, he's steaming because of how cold it is outside. So sweaty.
Hilarious.
By late afternoon, maybe 3 or 4 p.m. on the 17th of brightness, you guys land. Obviously not able to see all of this from where you land.
Hell yeah.
It's at a harbor on a icy coast, a city nestled into the foothills of tall gray mountains, snow-capped. The snow that you saw on the ship, Ghost, was just a gentle kind of flurry, but by the time you guys land, there is snow that pours down in cascades like a torrent of rain, and all of snow. Steepled buildings, and off in the distance, the tall steeples of the Sanctus Solium, the sort of main temple of the Holy Nuvolarian Church, where you know a shipment was sent from Cherry Falls containing who knows what, 2 boxes that you suspect to have contained the Finch apparatus and some live specimen in stasis. And I believe that is we will pick up next time. Mm-hmm. Hey, thanks everyone so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Goodbye.
Thank you.